special guest. It's Aditya Mani, extremely seasoned in terms of tech. He's seen it all from large companies, large corporates, to fast-growing startups, to their career in financial services, and now he's working for Solitaire, which is arguably a hot, blazing startup. 2017, your perceived assistances, and actually, looking back in hindsight, which of them were true and which of them were not true. Yeah.
It was a holistic investment that I had made. And, there were those doubts around whether I will have sustenance power, will I be able to go through it? Yes, can you imagine? Integration into the curriculum, knowing that, you've got people from different backgrounds coming in and trying to do this. So it's not something where, you get into an IIT coaching, boom, 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 let's go, let's all this way. No, not like that, but it was something that really built up over time. You realize that if you would not invested into those classes in front, you would at some point start to fall back.
Machine learning AI or something else, what would you tell yourself? I mean, essentially, what would you tell a fresher?
Yeah, I would,
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this amazing masterclass today. I hope everybody is excited for this amazing masterclass in artificial intelligence. I want to welcome everybody here. So give me a quick check. My name is Latika, and I want to know if you can hear me well, if you can see me well. Just give me a quick yes. If you just type yes, if you can hear me very well. Let's do a quick hygiene check before we get started, everybody. Thank you for confirming. That's great. All right. So, okay, everything is fine. Thank you. Jamshina, Kishore, Sagal, Shubham, everything. Great. Awesome. So, my name is Latika. I'm the Vice President at Pixeltests, and I would love to know which city are you guys tuning from. So, say hi and type the city that you're tuning from so that I can welcome you and we can see what all cities do we have in the room today? So we got Kunal from Bangalore, we got Ashwini from Mumbai, we got Lakshmi from Chennai, Adil, Mumbai, Ashish, Patna, Virendra, Pune, Manjunath, Bangalore, Puneet, Bangalore, Pravat, Odisha, New Delhi, Ayan, Gunda, Hyderabad, Ankur, Gurgaon, Tapan, Navi Mumbai, Ikrar, Pune, Sagar, Thane, Kerala, Jamshina, Akshay Satara, Rambabu Rajmundri, Lalit Almora, very good, Srinivas, Andhra Pradesh. So many amazing cities in the room, Gorakhpur, Shobham, Favas, Lucknow, Monk, amazing, lovely. By the way, I read all your WhatsApps and what excellent diverse background. This is really amazing. So welcome everybody here. We're starting off this amazing masterclass, which is 3 steps to build an AI career and grow exponentially this year itself without having to rely on your current job or a degree, right? So basically, we're going to discuss how you can transition to AI, even if you have a really occupying job or degree or current occupation, whatever that is, right? So quick introduction. My name is Latika. I'm the Vice President at Pixeltests, and I love educating people how they can step up their game, bridge the gap between the industry demands and their capacities by becoming the part of our very exclusive artificial intelligence community, right? And stay relevant in these ever-changing time, really fast-changing times, and keep growing in this phenomenal world of artificial intelligence and Web 3.0. All right. So I want to personally welcome each and every one of you here for this particular session. And I'm going to be covering some really, really powerful concepts regarding AI, especially because after COVID, the world has completely changed, right? I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but 81 million jobs were lost in this pandemic. A lot of IT jobs were lost. Not even, there was a significant drop in the employment rate. But the good news is that with the global health crisis, there's even a greater demand for automated solutions, for AI, right? So AI has been continuously growing even when the economic slowdown and slump was happening. The artificial intelligence, machine learning is set for growth for the years to come. So it has been on a continuous rise, right? So even if you are somebody, you're probably aware, you're somebody who's really interested to get into AI, you're already aware of this fact, and you must have noticed that this is the best time in the history of the world to get into artificial intelligence and data science. And that's exactly what the topic for today is, right? Okay, awesome. We got a lot of lovely people from various parts of India. We've got people from outside India as well. We've got people from Canada, Toronto. Lovely. Good to see so many amazing people in the room. Fantastic. Now, before I even start, I want to thank you for being here. You could be doing so many amazing things on this beautiful day, but you decided to show up here, right? You decide to show up for this masterclass in AI. That just shows that how growth driven you are. And that's the number one criteria for our artificial intelligence membership programs as well. Growth-driven individuals is what we want inside the community, and that has been the theme so far. So can I have your commitment that you are going to be with me for the next 2 hours with intensive focused learning? Type yes in the comment box so that I can not only share the what, why, and how of artificial intelligence, but I also share with you how you can become a part of this revolution, let's say the Web 3.0 phenomena, and be a change maker right away. All right, type yes, everybody. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Shweta, Ankur, Chandan, Prasad, MK, Muhammad, Kishore, Puneet, Manish, Pune. Lovely. Awesome. Great. So let me get straight into what is going to be covered. So I know before that, let me just quickly get straight into what is going to be covered. Now, so we're going to be discussing the 3 steps to getting a breakthrough in AI, building a highly fulfilling and a lucrative career, right? So we're going to be discussing that. And these 3 steps that we're going to be discussing are the same 3 steps that each of the prestigious member of exclusive AI community has gone through to get a breakthrough in AI within 3 to 6 months. So the entire AI community is being led by Jayanth Rasamsetti, who is an IIT-Madras alumni and a Columbia University alumni as well, right? So what are these 3 steps? Okay, the first step is we will discuss what level of expertise is needed for you to get a breakthrough in artificial intelligence. What are these 3 foundational concepts that you must upskill in, that you must have hands-on to be able to become proficient in artificial intelligence and start getting lucrative offers starting this year itself, right? And the second step that we're going to discuss is I'm going to share with you the Fortune 500 work opportunity attraction strategy, right? And this is an actual step-by-step strategy that our AI community members use and leverage on, right? To get those amazing opportunities, which are to do with freelancing, Fortune 500 kind of opportunities, startup opportunities, all of that, right? And once you know that what upskilling is required, once you know the job attraction strategy, the third part is to how to start getting a breakthrough ASAP, as soon as in the next 3 to 6 months. All right. So without wasting any time and making it to one of the most booming and lucrative careers is what the third step is all about. And our community members have actually made it possible using all these 3 steps and getting a career breakthrough in AI. So your background, very important, your background, your age, your gender does not matter. All right. All you need is to have the right mindset, belief in yourself, and the passion for working in this industry. That's all you need, right? So awesome. Great. Now, I know there are a lot of distractions around us, but this particular insights that we're going to be talking about inside this session are really, really crucial. They have the power to change your life. They are very transformational in nature. So I don't want you to miss any single crucial step. So please make a commitment to stay focused throughout. Can you do that for yourself? Stay focused throughout. So make a lot of notes, okay? Put headphones on, close out Facebook, tell your dog to go out and have some time for yourself for the next 2 hours. Give me your complete attention. Everybody type focus in the chat box. Everybody type focus so that we can start getting deep dive into the world of AI and make this 2 hours really worthwhile for ourselves. All right. Can you do that for yourself? Awesome. Thank you for confirming that. Right. Okay, awesome. And I will also share with you the case studies of our members, right, to really inspire you to get started. All these members who are exactly like you, who are in the different kinds of Lakshmi, Somendra, thank you for the confirmation. This is amazing. So we're going to be discussing some case studies to really inspire you. How many of you want to really learn about this? Type me in the comment box. That's brilliant. Okay, now who is this masterclass for? Let's just get this also out of the system so that we know, we don't get questions about, can I do this or can I not do this? Okay, so this masterclass is for anyone who's really passionate and fired up to get into AI technologies. And that is AI technologies is driving the evolution of humankind, right? So you can have any background, you can have absolutely no background in AI, but if you're really passionate about getting into AI, this is for you. All that matters is if you're passionate about learning AI and getting the world. So your background, your age, your tech, non-tech, programming, no programming, nothing matters because everything is learnable. Okay. In the community, we have so many people who are from all kinds of background. I'm going to show that you in just a moment. Okay, and this masterclass is also for professionals who want to transition into one of the groundbreaking careers. And finally, this is also for students who want to be an early bird and start their career with the most lucrative career, which is AI. Okay, so now that we have clearly laid that out, so all your questions related to backgrounds and qualifications are, I hopefully addressed with this. So I hope, the questions like, okay, I have this background, I have this gap, I am a homemaker, can I do this? So all these questions are, I think, addressed. Nevertheless, if you have any questions, put your questions in the Q&A forum, because if you put in the chat, I might miss it, because we'll keep the chat button only for engagement throughout, right? But if you have any pertinent question that you may definitely want me to answer regarding the program, regarding the community, regarding the membership, put in the Q&A forum. If we have time, we will take questions in the end. Okay, so I'll take questions in the end, but the questions which are in the Q&A forum, I can only see that. I will not be able to see the chat because chat is going to be really, really fast. We're going to be engaging a lot. Okay, all right. Awesome. So all your questions, yeah, I can see a lot of questions coming in the chat. Please put your questions in the Q&A forum. I will answer all of them. Kapil Kumar, of course you can. I'm going to show you case studies of people who are between 40 to 50 years of age. You definitely can. If you have, okay, one line answer. If you are passionate about AI, that's all it matters. Your age, your background, your gender, nothing else matters. Let me show you quickly this. Okay, look at our community members. So we got community members from all walks of life, right? All walks of life. So we got people who are 18 to 54 years of age in the community, right? We got people from both coding and no coding background. And we got people who are BCA, MCA, BTech, BSc, even BCom. We got current profiles of the community members. We got 500 plus community members. The current profile is IRS officers, IFS officers, Fortune 500 kind of companies, students, people who are from IITs, people who are AI architects, people SAP consultants, software engineers, even doctors who wanted to transition into AI, the fintech people who are from insurance, who are wanting to get into technology. People are changing fields and coming to AI. This is what the profile of our current community members look like. Then we got gynecologists, we got doctors, we got professors, we got project managers, right? We got even students. Okay, so to really inspire you now, I'm going to share with you a glimpse of our students, our community members who have made it to Hall of Fame, people who have made it to Fortune 500 companies in the field of AI within 3 to 6 months of grabbing lucrative salaries and upskilling in AI. All right. So I've got Pradeep Jilagaon here, right, who has worked with Qualcomm before he was in a regular engineering team, but not in the AI team. But after he upskilled in AI with Pixeltests, he got 30% high to CTC, about 40 lakhs in the AI team. We got Shekhar Madala, right? He was again in the regular engineering team and became a consultant after he went to pursue MS in AI. He became a part of Accenture, got 1 patent. Right now, he's currently working as senior AI director. We got Aditya Mani. Aditya Mani was 48 years old. He was in JP Morgan before operations. He got into AI upskilling, and within 5 months, he got this amazing opportunity to become a part of the startup as a CTO, right? We got Kali Charan. Okay, he moved to Novartis. He changed the horizons within the company. He was in another profile, and then went to AI profile in Novartis, a 50% hike. We got Varun Subramaniam, who was working as a freelancer as a UI UX trainer, and then he went to upskill himself in AI, and now he's a trainer in Simply Learn. We got Shekhar Madala is working with Visa at 28 lakh per annum. We got Sharda Vempati. Again, she is around 50 years of age. So people who are asking questions regarding age, this is for you. She is in Infor at 42 lakh in AIT. We got Lavanya Davluri. She was from a completely non-coding background, non-IT background, from insurance. She's from insurance, and she really wanted to get into AI. She upskilled herself. Now she is in Toronto earning over $90,000, right? Again, same case with Mithun Sai. So the idea is, if you get an opportunity to become a part of an exclusive AI community, you will be actually rubbing shoulders with these kind of people, with the kind of people who are industrious, who are meticulous, who are growth driven, exchanging opportunities and bringing so much value in the collective growth of the community, right? Because to be a part of a growing AI career, of any booming technologies, any growing technologies, you have to be in a growth tribe. You in a community like we have in school and college, right? Because learning is an ongoing process. Learning these kind of technology is not a destination, right? Because technology is changing as we speak, and genuinely learning in a community is way better than learning just from a course. Do you agree with me? Type yes if you agree with me that learning from a community, learning with a community who is like-minded and growing with you for an entire year, like we have in school and colleges, it's way better than learning just from a course, getting access and just learning from a course. It's right. So in our exclusive AI community, let me see. Yes, of course it is, right? So and this is what we have. We have an AI community. It's not a course. It's just not a course. It's not just mentoring. It's just not an online program. It is a community where you have everything in arsenals, all the ammunitions to help you continuously grow, right? For an entire year. It's a 1-year membership. And all the people in the community members, they have actually gotten a breakthrough in AI within 3 to 6 months. So imagine if you get a breakthrough in AI within 6 to 8 months as well, you still have 4 months for being a part of the community that is really, really enriching. Okay, let me just show you a profile of the community. So we got about 9% female. We encourage diversities and even offer scholarships to females. So we have about 11% professionals as well from IIT. We got 2% PhDs, 20% masters, 78% BTech, BCA, BScs, and we got 42% people who are in the bracket of 5 to 20 lakhs. We got 38% people in 20 to 48 lakhs, 20 to 40 lakhs in our community. We got 13% people who are above 40 lakhs and above in the AI community, right? So this is the kind of people that you can look forward to be having a camaraderie with. So professionals right from 18 to 54 years of age, all learning and growing AI together with diverse background. They are all upskilling themselves in AI, building and growing their career in data science. So in the end of this masterclass today, after we have discussed the why, what, and how, I will also share with you an opportunity to be a part of this growth-driven tribe of 500 plus professionals of the AI community who are stepping up their game this year itself to become a part of the $1 trillion industry and grow exponentially to become a part of the artificial intelligence industry. So type me if you would love to get an opportunity to be a part of our AI exclusive community of 500 plus growth driven professionals. Type me, everybody, so that I know this is exactly for you, because this is what you should be looking forward to. So this masterclass is for you if you really, really aspire to, if you really like to learn what is that, the what, why, and how of AI. And if you are really aspiring to become a part of our AI growth-driven tribe, an exclusive community of 500 plus professionals. So this masterclass is for you. So that we have qualified that if you should attend this masterclass completely or not. So this is what you should be looking forward to. All right. So this is amazing. Okay, so because we want your undivided attention for the next 2 hours, this is not just some theory. I'm going to be giving you the practical stuff that has worked for Jayanth Rasamsetti. It's worked for all of his students, but for you to be able to get this kind of results that I showed you, right? You have to learn it step by step. So all the results, case studies that I've shown you of our members right now, for you to get that kind of results, to get Fortune 500 kind of opportunities, to get 20 to 60 lakh kind of salary, you have to learn and implement step by step exactly how people inside the community have done it. Okay, so keep commenting. That's a fantastic way to engage, right? Okay, so let's see where is the future headed. Okay, let's see where is the industry going. Now, Forbes, in one of its recent articles, mentioned that AI is the next big wave. So if you look at the history, technology goes through an inflection point every 10 years, right? So in 1990s, if you knew Java, if you got into Java that time, you would have been working on some of the technology breakthroughs of that era, which is scientific technologies, trading softwares, Android applications, and making millions of dollars basically. In 2009, if people who went into iOS programming were the ones who were shining and making tons of money in their career. So when it comes to technology, you want to go where the industry trend is going, because that's what the industry needs, and hence that's where the hottest opportunities are. So for example, if you're doing PHP, Java, mainframe, R, that's not where the opportunities are anymore, because that's not what the future is based on. So the most brilliant opportunities lie in AI, cybersecurity, and blockchain. And you are here because you want to upskill yourself in AI. Everybody type upskill. Yep. Everybody type up. UP up. Okay, if you're here to upskill yourself. Awesome. So my goal is to help you see yourself as an expert this year itself in the next big thing. So let's look at the industries which leverage on artificial intelligence to work much more effectively than ever. We got retail, we got healthcare, supply chain management, manufacturing, education, e-commerce, defense, and many, many more. We will discuss a couple of use cases of these industries in just a few minutes from now. Let's see some data by McKinsey. In terms of job salaries, remunerations, and packages, AI is shooting through the roof. And here's some data from McKinsey, which tells us about the salary median of the people in AI. So what does this data mean? It means simply this, that let's say you're making 5 lakhs per annum right now at this moment, or you're making 10 lakh per annum in your current work. So you can very easily get 100% hike when you land in AI. That's what this data means, right? Does this sound amazing? Type AMZ, everybody. Type AMZ if this sounds amazing, right? Okay, great. Because it really is. Let's discuss why are these the hottest jobs in AI? Why are these the most lucrative jobs? Because these are, number one, you get the best bosses because your bosses are also upskilling with you. They are also in a very growth-oriented environment and technology that's continuously changing. So they are also upskilling with you. Basically, we have seen in the community, we have bosses and teams working in the same community, right? And who doesn't want amazing bosses, right? Who are justified, who are really riding the wave with you. And then you get the best colleagues, the colleagues who are smart, who are committed, who are motivated. That means you have a like-mindedness there. You will get to exchange a lot of opportunities. And also your work satisfaction is at peak, right? Your work satisfaction is at peak. You are highly fulfilled. Isn't that something really important for you, that you are really highly fulfilled? Tell me on the scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you in your current work? Tell me on the scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you in your current? Ashwini says 2. Somendra, as I said, 100% high, right? Somendra, it's 100% high. Okay, Somendra 9, Abhijit 1, Shudambram 6, Adil 2, Ankit 1, Chandan, Rabindra 2. Kishore says 3, Tushar 3. All right. So basically, you understand that and y'all are here because you definitely want work satisfaction as well, right? Because when work satisfaction meets good salary, that is the most fulfilling work. That's what we have to aim at. If you just have fulfilling and you do not have lucrative, that also doesn't work. If you just have lucrative, not fulfilling, doesn't work. You have to have both of them to really have fulfilling, right? Okay. Also, let's see what are the different sectors getting transformed in AI. Now, the edge on the device is the future, right? Edge on the device, which is, so AI is moving into the real world via intelligent devices that is interacting on the real-time basis throughout the day. So in terms of healthcare, so what can be seen in terms of healthcare? Can anybody tell me? AI in healthcare, can you give me examples? Just type examples of AI in healthcare. So I'll tell you as well. Drug discovery, preventative healthcare with wearables, right? Disease detection, some of the applications. And AI in finance, fintech and insurance, fraud detection, pay by face, customer support and experience, right? In security, is camera with intrusion detection, behavioral detection, crowd counting. In marketing and retail, what are the marketing and retail AI functions? It can be seen with hyper personalization, smarter targeted advertising. Y'all must be experiencing it all the time, right? Customer experience and support. So all these are the use cases, and we'll discuss even more in detail, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Now, before we further go into understanding what do you need in order to grab the hottest data science and AI jobs, let me show you an outstanding case study in AI by Microsoft that will make you go, oh, wow. Are you ready? Let me show you that case study. Okay.
I'm Sakib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7, and shortly after that I went to a school for the blind. And That's where I was introduced to talking computers, and that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives. And one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see two faces. 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised. 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. There's a menu.
Thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do, but artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate, and I'm really excited to see where we can take this. As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
Wasn't this amazing? Give me a fab, everybody, if you really loved it. If you love this case study, give me a fab, and you can also share your thoughts inside the comments, inside the chat box. Let me see. Type fab, everybody. Right? So this case study is showing, basically showcasing a humongous application of AI, right? Lovely. Okay, great. So now let's see the development of AI and business. Okay, so 2021 was a breakthrough in AI as the biggest funding rounds happened with AI startups, AI startup companies. Fortune 500 companies have automated 20% of the workforce and 80% boost in productivity thanks to AI. And here's a little bad news and a good news as well for the AI future. So bad news is, according to the report from the World Economic Forum, 85 million jobs will be replaced by machines with AI by the year 2025, right? So that means it is more than ever required for you to stay relevant. So when I say age and background does not matter, it doesn't matter because the industry and the revolution, the world is moving towards Web 3.0. Crypto, AI. That means if you want to continue staying relevant, if you want to be in the mainstream and not stick to a stagnant growth, if you want to still rise, whether you're 50 in your 60s, if you want to continuously rise the wave, be in the current wave and not settle with a stagnant growth, that's when you need to upskill and ride this wave. If you're okay with the stagnant growth, you can continue doing what you're doing. But the bad news is a lot of automation is happening. A lot of jobs are getting lost. So people who are will stay relevant, who are the ones who are upskilling in AI and are the ones who are basically continuously updating themselves, right? So the good news is that we have a terrifying stat of about 85 million jobs getting lost. But the good news is that 97 million new jobs will be created by 2025 due to AI. Because of Web 3.0, because of AI, because of IoT, there are 97 million jobs. But what does that mean? That means these jobs are very high quality, and these jobs are only people who are continuously aware of the current technology, right? That's what it means. So that's why the age and background does not matter here, because all it matters is, are you in that? Are you aware of the field? Do you know the know-how? Can you perform the 3 important foundational concepts of AI, right? That's what it means. Okay. All right. So the global AI market grew by 154% into the 2019, and even before the dire need of automated solutions, it was forecasted to grow by $126 billion by 2025. So if you think the world has completely changed, and the fastest way to grow is to know where the market is going, right? Like, we are all growth driven, but how to choose where to go? We have to see where the market is going right now, and we bridge the gap between the industry demands. What does the industry demand right now? Right? And what are your current skills? So in these changing times, we have to continuously be in a community where we continuously upskilling ourselves. We are following the wheel of modern education. Wheel of modern education is continuously upskilling, continuously being a part of deep immersions and tribe, right? So I want to quickly know how many of you would like a tiny piece of this $1 billion industry. Type TIFM. This is for me. TIFM. This is for me, right? Okay, awesome. Okay, quickly tell me, what profile are you currently at? So I want to tell you that, your background, your finance background, mechanical engineering background, from anything, because we have people in the community who are from all of these backgrounds, and they're learning and growing together. So it does not matter, because I'm seeing the questions here. It doesn't matter, but if you are really wanting to upskill in AI, you can do it. Okay, because everything is learnable. Everything is learnable from scratch in a very layman way inside the community. So let me just understand, what profile are you? So type A if you are a student or a fresher seeking to build a career in AI. Type B if you are an experienced professional trying to transition into AI. And type C if you know AI already, but you're struggling to crack interviews or get lucrative jobs. Awesome. So I see a lot of working professionals over here, and that's a leading pack. Amazing. Okay, great. So that's a leading pack here. A lot of working professions, professors, seniors, amazing. So to some students as well. So it doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is, where do you want to go, right? If you're a student, professor, experienced professional, transitioning into a career in AI is for you. But let me also tell you, who is this masterclass not for? Okay, this masterclass is not for people who are looking simply for placements and job guarantees. Why? Because we in this community, it's all about attracting the Fortune 500 kind of jobs, the man kind of jobs. Okay, we are talking about a different level altogether. So highly lucrative careers of above 20 to 50 lakhs, right? That is the kind of work that we are looking at. So if you come in this webinar just to get job guarantees, and not doing the work and simply waiting for miracle, this is not the webinar for you. This is not the masterclass for you. We are basically telling you how you can use all the ammunition and all the community, all the benefits that we give you to use, leverage, and grow. So you already should have that mindset of the passion and growth, right? And we are here to teach you how to build lucrative careers in AI to very passionate and meticulous people, because we strongly believe that our students' success stories, that professionals grow much faster when they bring strong values to the table. Okay, so that's that. Now, another very important thing is this is also not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a webinar for you if you're coming for a get rich quick scheme, right? Because of course you have to be doing the work. It's all about value exchange. Your salary, your income is directly proportional to the gravity of a problem you solve, right? Like we saw in the case of the Microsoft video. So how much problem and how what is the kind of problem you're solving by being an indispensable employee or as a startup, your income is directly proportional to that. So you get all that ammunition inside the community. You will have tons and tons of ideas and all of that, the ammunition to actually make that happen. Now, also very important is that this is also this field or this masterclass is not for somebody who is not willing to adapt and change, right? If you feel that, okay, I know it all, okay, I have years of experience. If you have that kind of mindset, this may be not for you, because if you're open and coachable, then this is for you. This community is for you, because it's not about intelligence quotient. It's not about emotional quotient. It's all about adaptability quotient. The name of the game today is adaptive, right? So if you agree with me, then type Q in the comment box. Q is quotient, because if you want to be successful in today's day and time, you need to be adapt. You need to adapt with fast changing times really quickly. Okay, so if you're adaptable, this masterclass is for you. Okay, great, awesome. Now we will be spending some time to discuss the what, why, and how of AI. So allow me to give you a quick introduction about Jayanth, Rasamsetti, and Pixeltests, so that you know who are you learning this most valuable training for, and who is this community being led by. So if you would love to know this, type yes, so that I can give you a quick background story of Jayanth Rasamsetti, who is mentoring, who is the lead coach for this program, right? Awesome, great. So let's get started. Let me just give you a quick tour about Jayanth. So Jayanth is the founder of Pixeltests, right? And he is basically helping, his work is basically helping thousands of students across the world create phenomenal careers in AI. So Jayanth basically belonged to Telugu middle class family, and he went to IIT-Madras. He did his BTech, he did his MTech, and did Masters from Columbia University. But soon after his Masters, he started working with Siemens, a core company in mechanical engineering. And then he worked with KPMG. Post his second master's, he got a job in American Express, where he played around with data analytics. And then after his stint, he made a move to India because he wanted to start his own venture in his own country. So he started Pixeltest, and he's the co-founder and the data scientist at Pixeltest, and his exceptional team from IIT-Madras. Right. And let me quickly share with you a very interesting story about how it started for him. Right. So it's a really interesting one. Now, it started with a message from Acadil's IT team on LinkedIn. Acadil is a company owned by Vinod Dham. How many of you know Vinod Dham? Type yes. So you must be using Macintosh, PC, desktop, laptop. You're most likely using 95% of you are using Pentium processor. So that was created by Vinod Dham. Right. So in 2017, he gets an email from Acadil, and this email he got from LinkedIn, and they were looking for a mentor in deep learning and machine learning. And he immediately took that up because he wanted to get into teaching. He really loves teaching as well. He was doing that as when he was in corporates. So how many of you, curious to know, how many of you would love to get found on the internet by the influencers in your industry and get offers just like Jay did? Type me in the comment. Like getting found by the influencers in your industry and get offers like this, right? So many of you. So I'll show that you in my second step with professionals inside the community, use and attract jobs to get found on the internet. Okay, so what started as a side teaching job for him slowly became his mainstream of work, and he really started impacting lives of so many students because of some amazing systematic approach to learning AI. So one thing led to another. He worked with different e-learning companies like Talent Sprint, Simply Learn, Great Learning, Acadil. All of them got acquired by the biggies in the industry. So he was doing international assignments of mentoring and all of that. And he mentored about 11,000 students so far of all ages, sectors. And this is amazing because it is a really amazing, impactful AI approach, right? And these people are managed to get really hard opportunities with significant salary hikes. All of the students got placed in Fortune 500 companies, including Microsoft, BNP Paribas, Qualcomm, Google, and Netflix, Apple. By the way, Jay is also a founder of another startup, another AI startup, AI healthcare startup, which uses computer vision and deep learning to predict diseases, right? And it is on track to be live at 200 plus websites in south of India with over 3 lakh patient footfall. How many of you see yourself building a startup in AI, just like Jay did? Type me, because I'm going to show you how you can leverage the community to build startups as well. Okay, we support startups. We support startups as well. So we got a lot of people in the community who are building startups in AI. Amazing, awesome. And here is the most important part that I want you to know, which is quite relatable for a lot of you. Okay, and the important part is that it wasn't always rosy for him. Okay, all these opportunities that I showed you of working with Fortune 500, training others, becoming an entrepreneur, didn't really magically drop into his lap, right? So he was raised in a middle-class Telugu family, and this is his childhood pick with his parents. A very humble upbringing, very frugal background, so very judicious with every penny earned, how it is like in middle-class families, right? So that also meant that he had really big dreams for himself and for his family as well. So what started basically getting the best education was the primary focus of his parents for him, like how it is in the middle class families. And so he made it to IIT-Madras, the best institutions of India. But in 2010, when the time came to really get the fruits of his education, after getting into IIT-Madras and all of that, he gets an offer letter from Siemens, okay, offering a package of 5,50,000. Okay, and it was a bummer for him because he had bills to pay, he had family to support, he was living in a metro hub like Mumbai, and he wanted to also save for higher studies. He wanted to also party and splurge like any 25-year-old would love to do, right? I'm curious how many of you can relate with that, relate with this situation, because many of us can, right? Then he quickly realized that, you can't simply rely on your degrees and certificates. If you have to be really, really have a lucrative career, you want to make it to the billionaires and millionaires of the world, you have to be solving a problem that is directly proportional to the gravity of the problem is directly proportional to the income that you make, right? So he said that, I have to upgrade my skills as per the industry needs and stay ahead of the game. And that was the time of AI. The AI wave was just in the early adoption stage. So he continued upskilling himself into AI. So he made a transition from mechanical engineering to getting into AI. And he got trainings, traveled for internships, became a part of a growth-driven tribe. And fast forward 3 years from there, that is 2013, he attracted an offer from American Express for 50 lakhs, right? So you see the irony, from 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs in 2013, just in 3 years. So that is 10 times growth just in 3 years. And this is a possibility for everybody here who's attending the webinar right now. This is a possibility for you too, because this is possible only when you bridge the gap between your skills and the industry needs and stay ahead of in the game by being a part of a really, really growth-driven community. And you achieve exponential growth by just simply upskilling. And he truly believes that everybody has an unlimited potential. Each of his students who is now working with a Fortune 500 company has immense gratitude for him because he really facilitated their growth in the shortest time possible. Give me a yes if this is really inspiring for you. Because I share this with you to inspire you and show you that if he can do it, so can you. Jay is a true example for all of you who are from non-coding background, that it doesn't matter. He's someone from mechanical engineering background, transition into AI, and also now teaching others AI. How many of you see yourself in a position wherein you can also become a trainer or consultant? Awesome. Lovely. Now, let me show you Lavanya Davluri. Now, she is one of the mentors. She was one of the mentees, one of the students of Jay. Lavanya Davluri was from an insurance background, a completely non-coding background, a non-IT background, but she really wanted to transition into a different career, which was AI and data science. And she got mentoring. She upskilled herself in AI, also learned CV growth hacks, interview strategies, and all of that. After a couple of internships and live projects, she got placed in one of the reputed companies as a data scientist in Canada and earns over $90,000. So for all of you who are from non-technical background, this is a possibility for you too. Give me an AMZ, everybody, if this is inspiring. Give me an AMZ. Lovely. Because I really hope that you get inspired right now. You're really fired up and eager to learn how you can quickly upskill yourself and transform your career and get an exponential growth in AI just within 3 to 6 months. Okay. So these are our goals, right? The top of the glacier, which is often visible. So people will eventually see you here, the top of the glacier, right? But a lot of people say overnight success and dramatic events people see, but what happens is the real work happens below the glacier. So if you ask all our successful professionals in the AI community, they all talk about the work they did 3 to 6 months ago that makes the jump truly possible today, right? So did you know that 78% current AI workforce had no idea or prior experience in AI? So all sectors, be it retail, healthcare, entertainment, e-commerce, defense, agriculture, aerospace, gaming, they all need AI professionals more than ever, right? And AI professionals are working in all these possible sectors. All they need is to be good with 3 foundational concepts that we're going to be discussing right now. So these 3 steps, the 3 steps are the steps the AI community members always talk about. So whatever the goal is, whatever your goal is in the field of AI, lucrative salaries, or working with Fortune companies, but these 3 steps are what is leading to achieving these big goals. So let's understand the step 1. So the step 1 is to upskill. All right, to upskill. Now, upskill in these 3 elements that we're going to be discussing right now. So let's understand what are these 3 elements. Okay, and we will understand these 3 elements or foundational concepts using a very simple use case of Amazon Big Billion Sale, right? Everybody has used Amazon Big Billion Sale, right? Give me a yes, because that's a very common case, so that it's relatable to you. And we can understand these concepts based on Amazon Big Billion Sale example. Okay, so Amazon Big Billion Sale uses data science and AI big time. So let's see let's understand the concept, what you have to upskill in 3 things using the example of Big Billion Sale. Okay, so the first foundation concept that you need to upskill in is pre-processing. Okay. So what is pre-processing? Pre-processing is transforming the raw data, well-formed data, into understandable data before applying machine algorithms to it. Okay, let's take an example here. So let's say you're trying to predict electronic sales, and in that you want to know. So you are in the Amazon Big Billion team, and you have to predict electronic sales for the Diwali. And for that, you need to know how many people are going to purchase new television during the Big Billion sales. And then you do a forecast for the metro cities. So what do you do as a data scientist? You look at the sales of all the metros. The data science team who is working inside the Amazon will take data from Delhi, for example, Mumbai, and then match it up and aggregate to see the TV column sales. So let's say there are 1,000 sales in Delhi, there are 1,000 in Mumbai, right? And then he does the same for 2019, 2020, and 21, so that for 2022, he gets all the trends and the patterns, thereby putting the historic TV sales of Delhi and Mumbai together. So he cleans up the data, and he cleans up the data, meaning remove the failed payments, remove the frauds, etc. And that is pre-processing. Okay. Now, another use case could be for pandemic, predicting the pandemic outbreak in 2023, stock markets prediction, climate change, all of this. Now, to be able to do this, you must know Python. You must just not know Python. You should have a fluency in Python. Knowing any other language will not make sense. So how many of you are scared of Python? Type me if you're scared of Python. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I want to tell you that don't be scared of Python because it's not required at all. There are 12-year-olds mastering Python these days, right? Inside the community, we got like really, really young people mastering Python, and we inside the community, we have so many people who are from, who are from mechanical engineering background, who from non-coding background. They are picking up Python like a cakewalk. It's also important to understand how it is being taught. So it is taught in a proven way. It's taught in a very systematic way for anybody to learn very fast. So it's being taught also in a very fun way as well. So it's very system oriented to get you fluent in no time. So as students get a great foundation, I want to take an example of Mithun Sai, who had absolutely no coding background, and he became a part of the Pixeltests AI community, and he took programs and just within a year got placed with Accenture. So with 12 lakh CTC. So the idea is that he could pick up Python like a cakewalk, and so many people inside the community are far ahead, who are from no coding background. They are far ahead from other people who had a coding background. Isn't it amazing? People inside the community who are from no coding background are far ahead in Python in comparison to people who have coding background. That's only because of the system-oriented approach, the way it is being taught, right? So let me assure you, people who are scared inside right now, you will pick up Python in no time inside the community. It's going to be so much fun, right? So the idea is that Python is where you should be investing your future and energy in. Why? Because you want to invest in a real estate that's rising, not the one that's declining. So data aggregating, munching tables is something that your brain starts working on auto mode. You become an expert in this field by practicing. So the idea is that, you have to be becoming a full stack scientist. You have to be doing pre-processing, model building, and then deployment. Some people don't feel that, okay, I don't want to do pre-processing and all of that. I directly want to jump in model building, directly want to build big systems and don't want to do the dirty work, just data and all of that. It doesn't work like that. Companies want you to be a full stack scientist. Okay, you will definitely have teams to work with you, under you, above you, but you should be a full stack scientist. Because let's take an analogy of cricket. How many of you love cricket? Let's understand with this with cricket. So let's say you love cricket, but you only like batting. You are not always required to bat, right? Are you? Sometimes you have to do bowling, you have to do fielding also. and World Cup was won by Australia, right? Does anybody know why? Of course, the cricket lovers know why. Because it is good in all three, for bowling, fielding, and bowling, fielding, and batting. So to win a World Cup, you have to be good in all three. So fielding and bowling is a lot of work like pre-processing, data work, okay, data gathering, picking up the data from other places, asking for data, requesting, cleaning it up, all of that. But that's the foundation work, okay? Then you graduate to model building and other kind of hi-fi stuff, right? So, and knowing data aggregation will help you become complete your knowledge and expertise. So full stack data scientist is what you have to aim at, right? So we will also discuss how you can crack Fortune 500 and Man companies just in a couple of moments, right? So I'm going to show you an example of Ajit. So Ajit is, again, a very from a no coding background. He shares his review on Trustpilot. He says the session was an overview of how to see and analyze data and make sense out of it in Excel. How the same can be done using Python libraries. Professor was kind enough to explain the concepts in layman terms. So the focus is to help anybody who has no background of coding to the programs are designed in a way for people who are from no coding background can very quickly grasp the concepts. Now, let's move to the second thing that you have to upskill in. So first is pre-processing, you will upskill in. The second thing that you will be after pre-processing, you will upskill in model building. After you've done pre-processing, you will do model building. Let's understand this again with the Amazon Big Billion example, okay? So after pre-processing, the data scientist team builds a model for 2022 Diwali sales to predict the sales. Sales prediction is done so that they can be ready. Why is the sales prediction done? Can anybody tell me in the comments? Why is the sales prediction done in AI or data science? Think about it and share in the comment. Absolutely, Lakshmi. That's amazing. Been there. Yes. To keep, Ashwini says, keep the inventory minimum. Or do you want to say optimum? Ashwini, I think you want to say keep the inventory optimum instead of minimum. Increase the profits, Lakshmi, yes. There's no shortage. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So great answers. So basically, the sales prediction is done so that the company, the Amazon or any e-commerce company can be ready to manage the traffic, to host the traffic, because the traffic is going to be immense, right? Host the traffic, manage the payment flow, collaborate with banks to give credit card offers, create upsells. And so the data scientists will create models for prediction based on the historic data. The model will be done using the machine learning algorithm. So model building is basically a discipline within artificial intelligence where systems can learn from past data, identify patterns, detect anomalies, and make decisions with minimal human intervention. Once the system has learned from the past data, it can provide an inference based on the new input parameters. Okay. Now, so you will do model building based on using the data science with Python. Machine learning and deep learning is deep learning is a relatively new science which helps you use 3 to 4 models to solve any problem relatively well. And deep learning is a cutting edge technology using which you can do various kinds of forecast predictions like stock market predictions, weather predictions, etc. Okay, so deep learning is where all the future is headed, right? Some of you are already making use of deep learning. Can you tell me the examples of deep learning that you're using in daily lives? Let's see. Type in the comment box the examples of deep learning or AI in your daily lives. Shubham says Google Map. Navin says weather prediction. Sharan says face recognition. Manpreet says chatbot, Alexa, Google Voice. Chidabram. Lakshmi says AI assistance. Right? Awesome. Yes. So Amazon Alexa, speech recognition, Google Translate, self-driving cars, all of this are examples of deep learning. In fact, the Microsoft blind video that we saw has a humongous application of deep learning, right? Swapnil, data acquisition, yeah, number plate recognition, Sharan, Chandan, stock market, recommendation engines, Ankur, Tapan, YouTube video recommendations, computer vision training. Yes, absolutely. Kushagra. Yes, absolutely. So Okay, how many of you aspire and want to get a breakthrough in Mang companies? Mang is Meta, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. How many of you want to get a breakthrough in Mang companies? Right? Because Mang companies make use of really all of these concepts meticulously, and we at Pixeltests have actually placed a lot of students in Mang companies. All the students have gone through these 3 foundational concepts that we are discussing right now meticulously, thoroughly, and systematically. And there is a specific way the Mang companies want people to code, write clean codes, be meticulous in data crunching, and basically follow a proven system to get desired results. So our pedagogy, our way of the way the programs are designed is to help you learn in a way to crack the Mang companies as well. Isn't this amazing? Give me an AMZ, everybody, in the chat box. Okay, so the next foundational concept that we are discussing is deployment. So we discussed pre-processing, model building, and deployment. Okay, now again, Amazon Big Million Sale example, the data science in the previous step, which is model building, has made the predictions about how many TVs will be sold. So when you have the data about the future, what can you do? What can you do when you have the data about the future? So you can do a couple of things. Number one, you can talk to the supply chain to make sure the logistics are seamless. They'll be foolproof. You can prepare them for shipping X amount of TVs during the Diwali. You can also cut partnerships with different banks, give credit card offers, telling them we are expecting this kind of sales. Do you want to give additional 10% off, 5% off, etc. Another very interesting use case in case of upselling can be this. Okay, tell me if you have observed this case with yourself or not. Okay, I'm going to tell you an upsell case in AI, marketing case in AI. So giving additional discount offers to people who are less likely to buy to enable them to make a purchase. For example, if you know that your machine algorithm now understands, let's say Neha is a person who is more likely to purchase a TV during the Diwali sales, but Rohit is someone who is less likely to make a purchase. So there is a lesser probability of Rohit purchasing. So just to aid Rohit to make a purchase, the price may further fall only for him when he comes to that particular sales page. Interesting, right? Have you encountered this? Type yes if you have seen that. Manpreet, please put your questions in the Q&A. If you want, Manpreet, yeah. Manpreet, please put your question in the Q&A so that I can see it, because I will take questions only in the end. Okay. And please don't put questions in the chat because I'll miss it. If you want me to definitely answer the question, put in the Q&A. There's a Q&A button down, put there. Okay, so this is an interesting case, right? The sales, this is an upselling interesting case. So deployment basically means, what does it deployment? They basically means that to integrate a machine learning model and integrate into an existing production environment where it can take the input and return an output, right? Do you want a more interesting cases for deployment? Give me a yes if you want a couple of more interesting cases about deployment. Okay, awesome. So let's take another case in case of border defense. Okay, there is an intruder on the border and our system detects a suspicious activity on the border, right? A suspicious activity that was not supposed to be there is happening. So system is alerted. So system is not just a CCTV camera. It's not just going to see and capture the footage for us. It's going to detect the anomaly and also going to act, not just detect and give us the data, but also has to act in real time. So for example, in this case, in case of defense, it can be like launching a drone, launching a missile, launching alarm to alert, launching a barbed wire. So it has to act in microseconds and nanoseconds. So this is done by using edge learning, wherein it alert the intruder. In case of something like a drone or missile, the deployment is it will be in the hardware IoT. In case of online data for detecting online frauds, the deployment of machine learning will be on the cloud. Right now, let's take one more use case in case of online banking. So let's say a person always spends less than 10,000 rupees in any online transaction, but this time suddenly the person has spent more than 1 lakh, which he had never spent online. So the system immediately detects that there is something suspicious, an anomaly has happened. It looks like somebody might have stolen the card or a fraud has happened. So it immediately blocks the card, right? And this all happens in real time within fractions of seconds. This is deployment. So you can see the use cases of AI in all the industries: insurance, smart homes, defense, education, finance, aerospace, online shopping, agriculture, and so many other different industries. And why is this piece really important for you to be able to get amazing jobs? This piece is really important and cardinal, because gone are the days when people are just happy detecting cats and dogs and making stock market just predictions and all of that, right now the industry needs people who are full stack scientists. That means they want people who have complete hands on pre-processing, model building, and deployment, right? They want you to do work in real time. If you are able to make the machine learning algorithm work in real time, solve a problem, make an impact, and make a change happen, then you are a full stack scientist. So you have to be working in a real time environment to really make a difference. So that's why this piece is really important, and it's extremely being utilized, and AI is being leveraged upon in all the industries, right? Because it's making the world a better place in a lot of ways. So that's what we discussed, right? Now, so what we discussed so far is that all sectors need more and more AI professionals more than ever. All you need is to upskill in these three technologies, which is pre-processing, machine learning, and deployment. That's what we discussed, right? So give me a smiley if you understood the foundational concept, so that we can move to the second step. Give me a smiley, everybody, if you understood the first step, which is upskilling, so that we can move to the second step. Awesome. Beautiful smileys are there. Lovely. Thank you. Now, let's look at the processes that really rely heavily on AI. So we got vehicular detection, static image recognition, processing of patient data, trading strategy, localization and mapping, cybersecurity, threat prevention, HR systems. All of these are utilizing, heavily relying on AI. Okay. So how are organizations and leaders perceive AI? So AI and machine are game changers for them. So it's basically all the tools are boosting the productivity, right? And increase in the labor productivity. And what are the top benefits? What are the top benefits of AI adoption? So number one, it makes work much more easier, much more efficient. Because the work is now foolproof, it's all automated, it can be completely relied on. We can completely rely on the systems, the robots. Companies can move to newer ventures. So they are not, because the work is now crunched down, the human time, the human intervention is crunched down, and the companies can move to newer ventures. They can expand really fast, right? They can foolproof the future of the business and improve the use of big data in the organization. Okay. So, right. Okay, so now let's move on to discuss our second step, which is basically our job attraction strategy, right? Fortune 500 kind of job attraction strategy. Okay, before that, let's discuss some pertinent questions. So we discussed this a little bit already. Now, to put it bluntly, will AI replace jobs? AI is replacing jobs in future, a lot of jobs in future. In fact, it is replacing almost 50% of jobs, which are traditional jobs, which can be completely automated with robots and machines. Workers in the industry ranging from healthcare, agriculture, industrial sector are expected to see a lot of disruption in hiring due to AI. And if you talk about how many jobs will be replaced, so according to Economic Forum, AI is expected to replace 85 billion jobs worldwide. Now, and demand for workers, especially in robotics and software engineering, are really expected to rise. So we have already kind of discussed this. right? So let's see how you can leverage the job attraction strategy to, because assuming that you're going to be upskilling, assuming that you are going to stay relevant, upskilling. Once you have upskilled in AI, once you are really learning and part of the community, next step is how do you utilize the work opportunity attraction strategy, become a magnet for Fortune 500 kind of jobs. What can you do to do that? Okay, let's see that. Now, tell me in the comments, where are you currently stuck in attracting work opportunities? I know a lot of you are not into AI, but still, when you are looking for jobs, where are you currently stuck at? Type A if you're not receiving too many interview calls or not getting shortlisted. Type B if you're receiving calls, but they do not convert. Type C if you receive job offers, but they do not give you the desired CTC. Tell me which one is you, A, B, or C? No worries, Lakshmi, we can address this for sure. Okay, a lot of B's. Aravind says all three. Okay, great. So let's talk about how to fix it. Whatever your situation is, A, B, or C, we will step the situation one by one, okay? Let's discuss how to fix it. So the number one strategy is to, so the step 2 is, of course, to make yourself ready for Fortune 500 attraction methods. So the first number one strategy is to understand the ATS. Okay, what is ATS? ATS is the applicant tracking system. ATS are the softwares which act as an intermediary between the hiring manager and you, not the HR, but the hiring manager. Okay, and here is the harsh truth. Are you ready for the harsh truth? Do you want me to share the harsh truth with you? The harsh truth is 75% of the resumes are rejected, are shredded by the ATS. Why? Because their job score is below 75. The ATS, the job score is below 75. How many of you want to do a live test to understand what is your job score? Type yes if you want to do a live test to understand your job score. To be able to do that, you should have your resume handy. Okay, have your CVs handy so that you can do that. Okay, I'm just sharing the link with you in the comment box. I have shared the link with you in the comment box. Okay, all you have to do is you will be reaching to this page. Okay, there is an arrow. Click on this link, free CV score. I've shared the link with you in the chat box. It will lead you to this page. Go to this banner, and on this banner, you will see this particular arrow. Click on this link, okay? When you click on this link, you'll upload your CV. Upload your CV and get your CV score or job score. Come back to the chat and share your job score. Everybody come and share your job score. And don't feel embarrassed because your job score has nothing to do with your capabilities. Like how we say in school, right? Our marks has nothing to do with our capabilities. Our marks is not directly proportional to our capabilities. Similarly, our job score is not proportional to our capabilities. Job score is something that can be learned. And in fact, in the community, we teach you all of that to increase your job score to above 90 as well. So that is a learnable skill. So don't worry about that. But okay, Manish got 66, Shubhu got 48, Apurv got 67. Yeah, Lakshmi, it's the YouTube channel. While you're on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel as well. It's on the YouTube channel. But if you see, there's a banner. You just see my arrow. There is an arrow here. Click on this link. Okay, click on this link. And also subscribe to the channel while you are here. You see arrow and there is a button here. So click on this link and you will get to the CV score. Manpreet got 64, Navin Raj got 71, Raj got 63, Padamshri 47, Ashwini got 66, Puni 61, Kunal 75, Chidanand 66, Sharon 75. All right. So basically that just shows you the scope of improvement. That tells you the scope of improvement. And you, let me tell you, all of you here can really easily achieve above a score of above 80 in just about 10 days. We have something called a growth hackathon, wherein people get flooded in this 1 month of growth hackathon, people get flooded with opportunities. You can start attracting the opportunity. I'm going to show that to you in just a moment. But I'm very happy to report that all our community members, all the people in the AI community members, they get a CV score of above 85. Isn't this amazing? All of them have above 85 job scores. Why? Because they were not having 85 job score when they entered the community. All of them were like you, 40, 30, 60, but they worked on the resume CV hack strategy and they increased their job score in no time. Let me share you some tips and tricks to improve your job score. I can share a few tips and tricks in this free webinar, but inside the community, people do this for a whole 20-day exercise wherein they increase their job score, increase their offer score, right? Okay, let's look at these strategies. So number one, if you want to increase your job score right now, whatever your job score is, you want to increase it to at least 75, 80. These are some things that you can do right away. Okay. So number one, make sure that you are being original and genuine. A lot of people simply copy paste the best working resume and thinking that they can replicate success. It doesn't work like that at all, right? You will put your original and genuine accomplishments. So that's really important. Okay. Secondly, you will highlight the keywords. Now, you have to make sure that you incorporate all the keywords that your hiring managers, the companies that you want to apply to, are using and searching for employees like you, for candidates like you. So we teach how to look for those keywords. So once you find those keywords, you have to incorporate those keywords. Yes, Radha. So inside, this is the long process. We teach you how to, there are a lot of keyword research tools. We teach you how to understand those keywords that your profile people are looking for. Okay. And then use those keywords inside your resume and also incorporate those keywords and highlight your accomplishments. So you will use supporting information like projects, experience, all of that. If you don't have experience, it doesn't matter at all, because we do a lot of Kaggle projects inside the community. We do a lot of projects inside the community. You will use all of those. The community people have most of the people do not have an AI experience, but when they want to transition to job, they show all their community related projects. They show the Kaggle projects. They show the internships that they did inside the community, right? So you will, once you're inside the community, you will not have a problem in showing all your projects and internships. You will be doing that inside the community. Okay. So if you're from a no AI background, that's not a problem at all. That should not stop you from attracting job offers or Fortune 500 kind of offers. That's what the whole community is all about. Okay. Last thing that you will use is the spell check. It's very important. The ATS system scans through spelling mistakes, and there are more than 60% resumes who have basic spelling mistakes. Okay. So make sure you do that. So these 4 things are really important that you can do immediately to pull up your job score. All right. The second strategy is the outbound. Now, how many of you use LinkedIn? Give me a yes. LinkedIn has about 40 to 50% potential to help you attract the right opportunities. Some of the things that we help our students do, professional do, is to create an effective profile that appears in searches. And also, how when we're looking for a particular candidate, how your profile should also come up on the link on their searches. Okay, that's a strategy. So we teach inside the Growth Hackathon how you can actually do that. Okay. Now, something that you can do right now is also to place high quality testimonials inside the community. We give a template to use to get those high quality testimonials from the top notch officials in your company. And something that you can immediately do right now is to add connections that help you exchange opportunities. Now, one of the cool trick, this is a very cool trick. If you have a lot of connections in the field that you don't want to be in anymore, don't add more connections in that field. Add more connections in the niche that you want to get into, like data science and AI, right? That's because LinkedIn works on a clustering model. If you are in data science, it will only show you data science related connections, so that you have really benefited by being on that platform. Okay. Now, having said that, another thing is learning soft skills. Learning soft skills and positioning yourself in a way that showcases your abilities in best possible light. Now, these skills are equally important for you to crack open the doors and get past those gatekeepers of humans. Now, a lot of people underestimate the importance of soft skills, but I tell you, this is something really cardinal, and we teach that inside the community as well. I want to show you a case of Kali Charan here. Who thought that, I could start upscaling, that's not a problem. He was a very meticulous member inside the community. So after he was done upskilling himself, he was data science pro. Then he was like, then how do I attract offers like other people do? People inside the community, people are attracting job offers all the time. How can I attract the offers? Because I'm like really introvert and shy. So he took a leap of faith. He went through the programs. He participated in the growth hackathon. He increased his job score to 88, right? And he also managed the negotiation skills, the soft skills that helped him attract 5 lucrative offers, both outbound and inbound, in less than 6 months, right? So that's a possibility. That's a power of these growth hackathon. CV mastery skills, right? Negotiation skills, soft skills. All these things are really important. Increasing your job score, improving your CV visibility. These are all learnable things. These are all growth hacks that we do inside the community as well. And that's something that you should be also doing it to start getting visible and start attracting those amazing opportunities, because only when you are visible can your hiring manager be found. Otherwise, when ATS is rejecting your resume, that means, let alone getting rejected, your resume is not even being found. Your resume is not even being seen by your hiring manager if your resume is getting rejected. That's what it means. So this is really, really cardinal stuff, guys. You have to be doing all of this to pull up your visibility and start attracting offers. So you attracting offers has nothing to do with your capabilities. It's just that you lack these strategies. You just lack these soft job attraction strategies that is quite learnable. Okay. So basically, now I have shown you, just quickly summarize, we discussed that getting found by having a robust online visibility and resume visibility, increasing your job score with CV mastery methods, and mastering negotiation and soft skills, right? Quickly tell me how many of you found the job attraction strategy an eye-opener so far. Give me a smiley. Give me a smiley if you found it really valuable and insightful, so that I can move to the third step. Okay, awesome. All right, so our third step is thank you. Okay, our third step is installing growth catalyst principles. Okay, growth principles. Now, these are 3 mindset principles. Okay, now a lot of people say, okay, I do not have technical skills. Okay, I'm at this salary. Can I do this? All of that. Or I don't have time. I have a job. So all these things are to do with mindsets, because I tell you, people inside the community have broken all the records, all the situations that are stopping them. And we ourselves have so many examples that for a lot of people, these limitations do not matter at all. but sometimes we limit our own mind. And I'll tell you what happens with the mindset principle. And it's a very important thing that we teach in the very first month. These are the 3 principles that Jay starts teaching people even before they start participating in the community. They start learning in the programs in the community. These 3 principles are the only constant formula in the ever-changing world. So even the technology is continuously changing, but these principles are something which are the most responsible for our community members' growth. Okay, I'll tell you number 1. Number 1 is the focus. Focus is the most valuable asset. Everybody please type the word focus in the chat box. Now you might be like, okay, this is such an obvious thing, but I'll tell you, Jay practically implements this principle by having just 4 apps on his phone, right? And he does away with all the pop-ups because that's very counterintuitive. Let's remove all the notifications. Some of you may be like, okay, how does he even communicate? He uses laptop for that because long time back he realized that if you're able to create more than you can consume, that's when you become rich and successful, right? Type yes if you agree with me that if you're able to create more than you can consume, that's when you become rich and successful. Because it's a game of proactive versus reactive. Are you reacting to every single notification, WhatsApp, email, Facebook, call, or are you being proactive? By that means you work in time blocks. You have dedicated time for responding to all the communications to produce your world-class work when you are working in AI specifically, right? So inside the AI membership, our members create more systems, create innovations, create patents to solve new problems, build an idea, build startups. That's what AI community members do. And when they practice focus, they literally complete any live project in less than half the time. So that's the first principle. Okay. How many of you are ready to implement this one idea after today's webinar? Type I in the comment box so that I can share the link of another very useful method that you can start using to implement focus in your life. Okay, awesome. So Pomodoro technique. Okay, Pomodoro technique is another very important method to help you start implementing focus. It uses a timer to break down work in traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. So the aim of this method is to help you create focus on any task that you're working on, study, writing, coding, right? So basically the deleting the useless apps and notifications is a very simple idea that I can share in this free webinar. But inside the growth driven AI membership, we have these intensive trainings on helping you build focus so that you can complete any life project, you're upskilling, you're learning and getting into AI in less than half the time and make progress much faster. Okay. Now the second principle is systems work, people fail. Everybody type SWP in the comment box. SWP in the comment box. Systems work, people fail. Now, this is what it means. When some people are on their own, they fail and try one system after the other, buy one course after the other. They keep doing window shopping, right? Even for online courses. They buy one system after the other without getting results because they do not implement what they bought. Some people follow 4, 5, 6, 8 different type of mentors, people, and they try to club all their learnings and put together and create their own recipe. Yeah, a lot of people do that, right? That's a sure recipe to fail. You should be following just one mentor, one system, and that's the recipe for success because that's a proven system, right? Just follow one idea completely, thoroughly, end to end, and just have a belief in the mentor, have a belief in your mentor, follow one thing from end to end, and that's the recipe for growth and success. If you start resonating with your mentor, if you start believing the program, if you start, just follow one, but give your 200%, give in it and give it all. That's the recipe. So, and I'll give you one analogy here. So if I give you a 6-step recipe to make pizza and you change the order of the recipe, we look at the pizza. Will it be a pizza? Yes or no? I'll repeat. If I give you a 6-step recipe to make pizza, if If I give you a 6-step recipe to make pizza, and if you change the order of the recipe, are you going to get pizza? Yes or no? The answer is big no, right? Because you're not following a proven system to make pizza. So systems work, people fail. So when our community members start to a system, a proven method, they get an exact system. In fact, today's webinar, today's masterclass is we've shared the step-by-step system. You need to follow in the same order, which is pre-processing, model building, deployment, if you want to get results. Otherwise, you'll not get results, right? So that's the second principle that helps our members inside the community get a breakthrough, follow the system that's proven, and just simply follow it, dedicate, give their 200%, and really get the results in just 3 to 6 months. Okay, that's it. Now, the third principle is a very powerful one, and is actually a game changer. Okay, and which is invest in your greatness. Everybody, please type IG. Invest in my greatness. IG. Lillian, that was funny. IG, yeah? Invest in my greatness. What it means, which means to do away with free and freemium mindsets. We all have free mindsets, right? We want things for free. We want courses for free. We want free webinars for free. We want a lot of things. Want to basically, we watch tons of free videos to learn a skill. We want download crack softwares, want to download music and movies, right? We want to download torrents. So basically what it means is that we are like, programming the karma, programming the universe, and programming our mindset that way. So then what happens is people start expecting really amazing transformational careers by having a freemium mindset. Is that possible? Can you expect a job in Fortune 500 company, expect a salary of 30, 40, 50 lakhs by just watching free courses or free videos or free webinars? Is that possible? No, right? Because transformation comes with exchange, it comes with transaction, it comes with sacrifice, right? Whatever that is, energy, effort, financials, investments, or any kind of investment. So when you understand that principle, you start investing in your greatness, right? That's how even karma works. What goes around comes around. What you sow is so you reap. Type yes if you agree with me. Right? When you have an abundant mindset, you invest in your greatness, you attract wealth, fortune, transformational careers, right? We understand the power of investment so that we get returns on investment, right? So what goes around comes around. What you sow is so you reap. So if you implement these 3 principles, do you think they can change the quality of your life? If you're able to get more focused, if you're able to follow a proven system completely end to end, if you can stop, have a freemium mindset, if you can start investing in your greatness, do you think if you can consciously follow these 3 principles in the next 90 days, do you think they can change the quality of your life? Give me a yes. Because that's what we do in the first 90 days. We have something called Growth Hackathon, in which members inside the community, they set themselves for growth. This is the recipe which helps them achieve growth in really fast in the next 3 to 6 months. So Aditya Money is a great example of the third step, which is using system and investing in your greatness, right? All right. So I have shown you how to become an AI scientist ASAP with time-tested growth hacks without compromising your current work. Because all our community members are professionals, right? They all are professionals, but they upskill in AI. They manage all of that only because of these mindsets and principles. Because of that, they are able to manage a lot of things. They are able to manage the family, their current work, their current occupation, and learning and being in a community and upskilling. So if you implement these 3 principles, they will change the quality of your life, right? Give me a yes on that. If you remember, I started the discussion with being a part of a tribe and a community. Why? Because our education system is outdated, right? It doesn't teach us the money-making skills. How many of you agree with me? Type yes if you agree with me that our education system is outdated. You can't rely on your degrees. Even if you have passed your degree or college with flying colors, you can't just keep harping on that forever. Can you? Because it doesn't teach us money-making skills. You don't want to stop your learning all the skills that expand your infinite potential. Your degree or college education is over, but you still have a long life. But you can't rely on your degrees because you still have infinite potential, right? So what do? We follow what we call as wheel of modern education. What is a wheel of modern education? It's a combination of self-education, deep immersions, and tribe. Self-education is continuously upskilling, right? Getting a coaching program, taking a workshop like this, online courses. Deep immersion is being a part of summits, conferences, and being a part of a tribe. Being a part of a tribe or a community that you have a like-minded professionals who are growing with you, you are able to form friendships, camaraderie for growth, and exchange opportunities. This is what the wheel of modern education looks like. And if you really want to grow, we can't rely on your done and dusted education system, but we follow the wheel of modern education. Okay? Awesome. How many of you would love to experience a deep immersion and thrive in artificial intelligence right away? Type me. Awesome. I will share with you how you can become a part of our exclusive AI tribe, spearhead on a weekly basis, spearheaded by Jayanth. Okay, so remember I was talking about the what is the work satisfaction level. So this is exactly what we are aim as a training organization as Pixeltests, is to help at least 1 million people secure fulfilling, lucrative careers in data science, because AI is the future. So both fulfilling and lucrative, because the deal is that if you have only fulfilling, it doesn't give you the kind of income that you desire, you will be dissatisfied. And likewise, if you have a financially rewarding career, but it is not fulfilling, you will still be in the same boat, right? So it's very important value system for us that we help our community members get both fulfilling and rewarding careers, right? Because that's when you have the opportunity to create massive impact. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you followed what I showed you in step 1, which is starting to upskill in AI with 3 simple steps, okay? If you did that, if you completely followed that religiously, and then you did what I showed you in step 2, use strategies to attract highly lucrative work with proven CV hacks and interview strategies, okay? And then you used the time-tested growth hacks to become an AI expert without compromising your current work. Do you think you will be successful? Type yes. Do you think you'll be successful if you follow all these 3 religiously in the next 3 to 6 months? Beautiful. And how many of you are really excited about what we just talked about? How many of you are really excited about what we just talked about? Yeah, lovely. How many of you feel that, simply by following these 3 steps, you can build an AI career and grow exponentially without having to rely on your current job or degree? Great. Awesome. So let's do a quick quiz. Shall we? Shall we do a quick quiz? Give me a yes if you want to do a quick quiz. Okay. Let's get started, okay? So just type your answer, A or B. Okay. What is data science, A or B? Okay. Alexa, self-driving cars, Google Translate, you suggest. Predictions make use of dash. Okay. What is the difference between data science, ML, and deep learning conceptually? Next question. What is the difference between data science, machine learning? Okay. From outcome perspective. Okay, that was fun. So yeah, B. CV screening happens because of the correct answer is A, right? Okay. To become a full stack AI scientist, you should A or B. Correct. A. Awesome. Lovely. Right? So let's quickly summarize what we discussed. So we have learned so far, so much so far, right? So let's quickly summarize. So we discussed the problem is there's a huge gap in the industry demands and skills, and the solution we discussed is to upskill, not just to survive, but to actually thrive. Right. We also discussed that there is maximum automation happening right now, and only high quality jobs are going to be there in the market. And the solution we discussed is to use the opportunity attraction strategy, right? The job attraction strategy, opportunity attraction strategy to get really great corporate jobs, freelancing jobs, or startups, right? We also discussed the problem is majorly our mindsets, beliefs, and education system that holds us back. And the solution to that we discussed is to install growth principles and be a part of the growth-driven tribe. Right? So this is the way forward. Now we know that this is the way forward for a really, really thriving life, but it's also important to understand what happens when we don't do these three things. We don't upskill, we don't apply the job attraction strategy, we don't follow the growth principles. What happens then? Can anybody tell me what happens then? Like we discussed, it's a stagnant growth. And we continue being where we are. Because a lot of people do not take action. It's all the matter of taking actions. So those actions can be anything. It can be, as simple as having focused strategies, having some discipline in place, keep continuously being in tribe, continuously upskilling, right? All of that. So Chris Nicholson, the CEO of SkyMind and .ai, he says the rate of fundamental society change is increasing and it's taking toll faster than people are ready to adapt, and able to adapt. But in order to survive and thrive, they must learn, upskill, and adapt fast. All right, so let me ask you a question now. Are you ready to transform as a full stack AI professional ASAP? Type yes. Type big yes if you are. Type big yes if you are ready to back Fortune 500 kind of opportunities. And also type big yes if you're ready to stay relevant and skyrocket in the $1 trillion industry. Right? Beautiful. Because I have an opportunity. Here is an opportunity that we're talking about to become a part of our highly exclusive community of AI professionals and attract a salary of 10 lakh, 25 lakh, 40 lakh, depending on wherever you are, whatever your career trajectory is, right? Okay. So everybody, how many of you would love to get an opportunity? How many of you would love to know how you can apply to become a part of our exclusive AI community? Type me. Type me if you would love to be a part of our exclusive AI community. Because we want really serious, meticulous, and passionate people, professionals, right? Awesome. I see a lot of amazing. Lillian, Puneet, Prasad, Jamshina, Navin Raj. Lovely. Okay. So let me just share with you how you can get started, right? Like kudos to you for everybody who is really excited, because like I said, the mindset aspiration piece alone is enough. That means you have the fire to take actions. And when you have the fire inside to take actions and make amazing things happen for yourself, you will start attracting great opportunities in AI. Okay. So, so when you become a part of the AI community, AI Silver community, you will get a step-by-step self-paced video with less video lessons, with activities, exercises, gamifications, live projects to work on, right? So when you are a part of, when you join the machine learning programs, you get data science mastery, Python foundation mastery, stats and probability mastery. That will step up your learning in the field of AI, and you will master all the 3 foundational concepts that we discuss: the data handling, pre-processing, model building, predictions, deployment, right? Simply by taking up this particular program, you can easily expect a salary hike of more than 100%. Whatever your level is right now, I see a lot of questions asking me about, this is my current salary. Whatever your current career trajectory is, when you move to AI, you can expect an easy 100% hike. All right. Now, this program is self-paced program. That means it's best for the working professionals who do not have time for the live classes every day. Okay. The program is designed in a way which is completely very, very cruxed. It is very precise, right? The short video lessons, very precise, and you strategically time block for learning. Like it can be 2 hours or 3 hours per week. You time block accordingly. It can be also half an hour every day. Whatever that your time permits, whatever your schedule permits, you have got a very precise self-paced video program. And you can post your questions and doubts, and they get answered immediately inside the community, right? And we also have weekly live sessions. Okay, I'm going to talk to you more about that just in a moment. Now, the total value of this program is 50,000. Okay, now give me a yes if you would love to get mentoring and coaching from Jayanth Rasamsetti and achieve your salary goals in the next 3 to 6 months or a year. Awesome. So let's see how you can make that possible right away. Okay. So when you are part of the AI community, you will get weekly live coaching and mentoring by Jay, where he personally takes all your queries, doubts, and help you sail through really smoothly. Okay. Isn't this really amazing? So where you have a self-paced program, self-paced courses, video lessons, along with that, you also have weekly live. So it's a very beautiful combination of both. Okay. This is where you ask your live questions, live discussions, mentoring opportunities, job opportunities, sprint discussions, doubt clearing. Okay. Startup opportunities. This is what you discuss here. Okay. So the total value is 35,000 of this bonus. Okay. Type bonus, everybody, because obviously this is a webinar special offer, and we have got some really, really interesting bonuses only for the participants of this webinar, which you'll not find outside. So we have some very special bonuses. Everybody type bonus so that I can, if you would love bonuses along with this program, type bonus. Okay. Awesome. So how many of you would love to be a part of a growth-driven AI community? Give me a yes. Beautiful. So the second bonus is when you are part of the AI community, you get the inner circle. And this is a beautiful community of mixed bag of people, the seniors, the professionals. It's called Inner Circle World. And everybody is learning and growing together. They're helping out each other, right? Exchanging opportunities. You are working in a cohort environment. Okay. What is a cohort environment? You're working with so many amazing people who are from, let's say there's somebody who is from IBM with about 5 years of experience. You're exposed to them and interacting with them on a weekly basis. We have this on Sundays, and you have access to seniors, professionals, people working in Fortune 500 companies. You can call and ask your queries. You can discuss things like, hey, can you guide me? I'm looking for a job change. Can you guide me? Help me pick up a field. Can you help me with this programming language? Can you help me with whatever that thing is, right? So it's a rich community with strong values, meticulous and generous people, always there to help you. So you can really experience the deep immersion in the tribe that we just spoke about inside this inner circle world, right? And people also discuss interview questions the companies are asking, like you, right? Like how we have in colleges and schools. So people come and share what interviews did they went through. They share the interview questions. Somebody was discussing the interview questions at Ethereum, as they were discussing for Swiggy, AI jobs in Swiggy. They shared the entire list of questions, and people were discussing and having a mock kind of sessions to be able to do that, to be able to crack those amazing lucrative jobs in AI in Swiggy. So you know how they say that you are some of people you hang out with. So this is it. You are hanging out with budding senior experienced data scientists in this community, and you're simply 1-2 phone calls away. And one of the things that, you know, we ask, okay, let me ask you right now, if you get an opportunity to be a part of this amazing community, what will you bring to the table? Because if you remember, I told you that we are looking for a certain kind of people in the community, because it's all about collective growth of the community. So this is the question that you'll be asked. And let me ask you right now here itself. You can answer in one line. If you get an opportunity to be a part of this amazing AI community, what value will you bring to the table? It can be anything. You can say, okay, I have tons of experience. I'm a coder. I bring connections. I have a startup idea. Thank you, Lakshmi. Yes, of course, it is a productive community. Lakshmi says, learn, share, return back to the community. Oh, Bindhya says, when I get high salary job, I'll give 1 month salary. Okay, that's beautiful. Yes, charity is very big in our community. We do a lot of charities in the community. Tirumala says, new ideas, very good. Manpreet says, I'm an international Olympiad champion. I'll bring that. Good luck. Very good. Beautiful. Lillian says, I bring creativity. Beautiful, right? So these are the kinds of responses we would look at when you kind of fill the form, right? So you will get that on email, and you'll be required to submit that so that we can enter you in the community. So we are looking for people who will bring value to the community. Okay. Okay, so that is that. The total value of the inner circle vault is 35,000, right? So, and next, there is a third bonus as well. Quickly tell me how many of you would love to master your interviews and become an interview cracking machine? Type me. How many of you would love to easily attract lucrative AI jobs? This is my favorite bonus, because this has helped our meticulous students to polish up their CVs, learn ATS strategies, pull up their ATS score to 85, 90, right? Learn soft skills, negotiation skills, and really get flooded with opportunities, like 4 to 5 offers in about 5 to 6 months. Now, this is a very special bonus, right? This is a design in a way to help you get breakthrough in Fortune 500 and even MAN companies. Okay, so and the total value of this is 35,000. All right. Okay. Now give me a yes, big yes, if you want to get introduced to the alumni of the community who made it to Fortune 500 companies. Because this last bonus is extremely interesting one that we have. It's like how, you know, how the IITs and Ivy Leagues are so powerful. They are powerful because of the alumni network. And that's what we have here too. Having an alumni network means people who have treaded the path before you are showing you the light. They are getting access to the interviews they went through. And this is not something that is anywhere else. These are the people who are, you want an introduction to them, you want a connection to them, you have it all here inside the community. You get connection with all these people who are seniors to you, right? Who have been there, done that. Okay. So the total value is 50,000 for this. Okay. And lastly, I have got priceless thing. How many of you are aspiring entrepreneurs? How many of you would love to start something of your, start a venture in AI? Type me. Type me if you would love to start a venture in AI. Because I've got a priceless bonus for budding entrepreneurs. We got something called Startup Mastery. You know what is it? So we have basically, we have these venture capitalists that we have tied up with, right? We got Sameer Brajwarma, who was the early investor in Unacademy, Paytm, Zomato. We got an investor who is who invested in Coursera, Robinhood, Swaroop Colliery. So these people are the connections that you have. If you have a startup idea which gets approved, you have the possibility to get introduction to capital, right? So you don't have to go outside and hunt for VCs. You have all that support inside the community. Tag AMZ if this sounds supporting, because this is a really amazing thing that we have as well. Because we're trying to make our community foolproof. Whatever our community needs, it should be there inside. So be it freelancing opportunities, be it Fortune 500 opportunities, man companies, or startup opportunities, all of it is inside the community, right? So this is that. Okay, now let's see what all we discussed and what all do you get when you are part of the AI community at Pixeltest, right? So you have the machine learning mastery, inner circle vault, hall of fame, stats probability, Python foundation mastery, data science with Python mastery, interview mastery, right? And obviously the good and the extremely amazing thing is that you don't have to pay 2,20,000 today to get started. Because it's a webinar, you got a really fired up participants who have spent time, given their couple of hours with me, and that qualifies you completely to be a part of this growth driven community. If you were with me for the very beginning, I mentioned that we are looking for growth driven people, and you staying here and still being interested qualifies you to be a part of it. And that's when we are able to extend an amazing offer, because that saves us the time cost of doing a one-on-one call with you, right? So we got an amazing offer. But before I share an amazing offer with you, I want to ask you a question, right? I want to ask you a question that if you were getting all this valuable education technology to upskill yourself, right, and get a salary hike of at least a minimum of 100%, will this investment of 2,20,000 be worth it? Give me a yes in the chat. If you were getting all this education technology to upskill yourself and get a opportunity of startup opportunity, freelancing opportunity, and get a salary hike of at least 100%, will this investment be worth it? Lakshmi, Shubham, Kishore, Vinay, Ashish, yes. Praveen, thank you so much. Amazing, great. It of course is worth it, right? Mukesh, Chanala, Shiv Shankar, yes, it of course is worth it, right? It absolutely is. But you guys are up for a treat. You are up for a treat because you are an action taker. And for all the action takers who are ready to get started in the world of AI, in the phenomenal world of AI, and join our community, we had a very special offer that we kicked in last month, and which is to get started with a fee of 39,000, right? But today's webinar is extremely an exclusive one, and we made it a no-brainer deal, and it's part of our experiment as well. And we made it a no-brainer deal for super enthused participants. So we have an extremely special offer only for this webinar till this webinar ends. So type SO everybody if you want this special offer to be a part of this exceptional AI community, so that I can share the special offer that we have for today's webinar. Type SO everybody if you want a little more special offer than this, which is available only for today's webinar. If I get a lot of SOs, only then I will share today's special price. Today's special price, which is a part of our which is a part of our beta testing experiment that we are doing, and which is a very special offer, which is you don't have to pay 2,20,000. In fact, you don't even have to pay a 1 lakh, which is our the foundation member pricing. You don't even have to pay 39,000. You know, only for today, you can actually get started at 29,900. Isn't this amazing? Type amazing, everybody. Everybody type amazing. AMZ, type AMZ, that's easy. So let me just share the link with you. Okay. I have shared the link with you, everybody, to yes. I have shared the link with you to quickly I'll repeat. Okay, I'll repeat. I have shared the offer with you to immediately grab this offer. I've shared the payment link with you to grab this offer right away. Okay, because as I said, this is available only for the next 20 minutes till we close the webinar, because we will not have this offer after this webinar. Let me make it very clear. So all the questions that are coming to me, is this offer available later? Can I do it later? You cannot. You can get into membership anytime, but the actual fee is 2,20,000. Okay, you can get it all year round, but that's a different process. We will do a one-on-one call and we'll do all of that. We'll have a long form. We will have to qualify you. After me, you'll have a call with Jay. And that actual fee is 2,20,000, but only for this webinar. You will get all of this. Let me show you. You will get all of this, and you will have all of this, and you can avail it at today's special offer. It's a very, very special offer. So if you are even a slightly interested, I would say you are not going to lose anything. The only thing that you're going to lose is stagnant growth and stress. So it's a no-brainer offer that we created only for really interested, really, really meticulous people. So just get in and get started. Okay, the moment you get in, you will also receive an email, which you will get the access to the programs right away. When you enroll yourself, you will get an email where you'll be asked to fill a small form, and that's when you'll get the access to the community in a day's time. Okay, I've got some people already in. Let me welcome Senthil. Senthil, we received your payment via InstaMojo. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you. This is amazing. You want to skyrocket your current AI. Raghu, we received your payment via Razorpay. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you, Raghu. Rohit, we received your payment via Stripe. Looking forward to serving and supporting. This is amazing, guys. We got a lot of people already in. I'm going to start. Okay, these are 10 courses, one global challenge, one exclusive community for 1 whole year. Okay, so again, this is self-paced program. Along with that, you get weekly live coaching, doubts clearing by Jayanth Rasamsetti. You get inner circle meeting. You will collaborate, network, and with the community members every week, live on Zoom. You will have sprints and live projects. Okay, now before I take your questions, let me quickly let you know that let me just quickly give you a quick feedbacks. Let me give you a quick glimpse of the feedbacks of our professionals and students who are inside the community, so that you know what are they saying. People who have done it, who have made it. Let me show you their testimonials, okay, so that it gives you a little more confidence if you are still on the fence, and it will help you take the decision faster. Okay, let me just share with you Pradeep Jilagaon. Okay, Pradeep Jilagaon is a data scientist Qualcomm now. Now he says, unbelievable, I shifted jobs within my organization and started handling the data scientist team at Qualcomm, ML and fencing. I have gotten a massive hike since then. I joined the course. I'm on the track to get another promotion now. Right? He says, love you, Jay, from the core. Then you got Shekhar Madala, who says, journey to 1,000 miles, start with first mile. Okay, Pradeep Jilagaon is at 40 lakh per annum in Qualcomm now. Shekhar Madala, after upskilling, he got an Accenture within 6 months and 42 lakh per annum. He says, journey to 1,000 miles. Start with the first mile. I was struggling and I was really not sure if my lack of programming stats would be a hindrance, but I was astounded at the focus on fundamentals. Thanks, Jay, for bringing this change in me. We got Aditya Mani, who says, my transformation was complete in 5 months. I started with absolutely no knowledge of data science and then took up a much larger role at JP Morgan and Chase. Subsequently, went to become a CTO of the fastest growing startup. We are now valued at $100 million. Thanks, Jay. Okay, we got Kali Charan Novartis. Let me just take some of your questions. Kunal says about the self-paced program. Okay. Some of you are getting your questions answered in the chat. So that's good. Keep pouring your questions, put in the Q&A forum. And I will also take your questions just in a moment and you can get your questions answered in the chat itself. Okay. Kali Charan says, I never imagined something like as erudite as machine learning could be taught with such ease and grace. Everything about your video is spot on, from your lectures to development environment to the recommendation links. Love the follow-up link. So helpful. Can't wait for more. Varun Subramaniam, who is a trainer in Simply Learn, he says, I got a career breakthrough in artificial intelligence after getting mentored by Jayanth at Rasamsetti. I had been freelancing and doing gigs in UI and UX in Tamil and Telugu movies, which was great, but I wanted to have a stable and a growing career. After upskilling myself in AI, I got an amazing career breakthrough as an AI trainer at Simply Learn. This is just a beginning. Srini Kandala. Okay, while I read let me just welcome some people who are in. Okay, guys, let me just let you know that this is going to be time sensitive. We are going to be on only for the next 20 minutes. Let me welcome a few people here. We got Imran. Imran, we received your payment via PhonePe. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you. Sidhu, we received your payment via GPay. Looking forward to serving you, supporting you. Rohan, we received your payment via Instamojo. Kavita, we received your payment via Instamojo. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you. Okay, all of you who have enrolled, you must have received the email to access the LMS and fill the form so that you can receive the access to the community by tomorrow itself. Okay, make sure you start with the module today. Along with that, fill the form to get the access to the community ASAP. Okay, I want to read Sharada Vempati's. She says, this is one of the top programs for data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. That alone is really a huge boost for which employers are seeking. They want to know if the person they're hiring is of a certain caliber. And Jay is among the finest in the industry. Sharda Vempati, who is at 42 lakh CTC at Infor. We got Lavanya Davaluri, who is in Toronto as a data scientist, is making $90,000. She says, I was from insurance background and really wanted to get into AI along with my husband. I'm really happy to have taken this right decision, right time with the best coach of all times. No one can beat the way Jay teaches. The community support is really amazing. I'm so grateful to the coaching that I got. I shifted my career to AI and now growing in this field. This opportunity made me change my base from India to Canada. Some of you who joined me early in the session, you must have seen Lavanya talking. I will share her and a couple of people's video testimonials just before we end the webinar. All right. So, okay, now let me just ask you or share with you, how did these people make progress so far? If you see, there is a common denominator. All of these people were from either coding or no coding background, but all of them made a transition within 3 to 6 months. Now, how did they make this progress so fast? Because they had the right coaching and support. They were part of a tribe, deep immersions. They also upskilled themselves, right? Remember the three things that we discussed: the upscaling, the job attraction strategy, and the growth mindsets. Everything is neatly structured and laid out, and inside the community, there is a lot of accountability, right? People are growing together. That's what the community does to you, right? One grows, the other person also grows. It's a chain effect. So you get what you get in the program. Let me just make it more clear. Some people are asking that. So you get a self-paced video recorded data science and machine learning mastery program. Okay, I'll repeat. You get self-paced. Self-paced means that you don't have to go by the pace of your mentor. The videos are recorded. When you enroll, you get an LMS, you get a login ID password. Everything is recorded, structured, gamified, have a lot of activities, assignments. So you log in and you start watching the lectures and they are recorded. You watch it on your own pace. If you can finish 5 lectures and do the assignments, you can do that. If you can finish only 1 lecture, you do that. Right? So you don't have to wait for the live classes, and you don't have to work around the schedule of the mentor. In fact, you work around the schedule of your own self. That's the idea of a self-paced program. Along with that, you also get live sessions every week on Sunday. So live sessions is for doubt clearing, right? You can ask your doubts live. You can ask, how I have done this program. How do I get live projects? How do I apply for internships? How do I improve my CV? Then you can also ask, okay, I have this startup idea, how I can do that. So these are for the live, weekly live discussions that you can have, right? So basically self-paced video recorded program. Along with that, weekly live access to Jay and the community. And you also have access to interview and job mastery, so that you can quickly start attracting lucrative jobs. Okay, so I'm just going to start my timer right now, because we are limited by time and this offer cannot be open for very long. And the 20 minutes timer is on, right? And I'll just start taking your questions now. All right. So, okay, now this is a very interesting thing that we have. We have scholarships for women and defense personnel. In fact, we also have scholarship for people who have done Vipassana. The women's scholarships were 10% off. We encourage, we encourage a lot of diversity. We women from and other gender scholarship. And we also have financial aid for retired defense, CPF, or para military force, Indian nationals only for, it's only for Indian nationals. And you get 10% scholarship after the successful completion of the course. That's one. And also anybody who has done Vipassana here, because we have scholarship for people who have done 10 days of Vipassana as well. Give me a yes if you have done that. I'm curious. Oh, lovely, Apoorv. So you qualify for that as well. Yeah, so that is great. So you got it. People who have done that, they also get a 10% scholarship. Okay. Because people who are spiritually inclined, we believe that they are also really, they can achieve fast growth, both in all the different levels. All right. So please be mindful of the time. And let me welcome a few people. I'm going to also take questions right now. Let me just take your questions. Yes, Amit, it's only Vipassana right now. Okay, I'm going to go to the question answers forum and answer a few questions. Okay. Simran, we received your payment via Razorpay. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you. Satish Meka, we received your payment via Stripe. Ashutosh Saha, we received your payment via PhonePay. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you. Harshit Agarwal, you received your payment via Google Pay. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you. Okay, Ravikant, I'm 54 years, 24 years of sale. Ravikant ji, are you still here? Ravikant ji, if you're still here, can you just say yes in the chat so that I can take your question? Ravikant Sistla. Okay, awesome. So you say that, you're 54 years of age, worked with Heinz, non-IT. Can I get opportunities to work in IT on data analysis roles? Please give me your. Okay. Ravikanji, let me ask you a question. You have been here with me for the last 2 hours and you have gone through the foundational concepts. You have understood what is required for you to be excelling and making a shift in this career. So you know the what, why, and how clearly right now. And you also know what does our community consist of? What is this program all about? It's not a course. It's not anything else. It's a community. It's an online program. It gives you an endless opportunities. Now, let me ask you before I answer your question, let me ask you, after attending this 2 hours of program, do you feel any better than you were feeling before? When you posted this question in the very beginning of the webinar. Do you feel any different to what you were feeling in the very beginning of the program? Because you posted this question in the very beginning of the program, and Ravikanji, okay, that's great. That's great. That's great to know. So that shift has already happened. So I see your question around 11 o'clock and right now it's 1 o'clock. So I think all of your questions are already answered now. Awesome. So let me just share the link with you, everybody. Once again, here's a link for the membership. Ravikanji, please go ahead. And if you have any questions regarding the program, do ask. Everybody, please be mindful of the time. Let me, 1 second. Everybody, we be mindful of the time because we will not have this time. We have about 15 minutes left, okay? And we are very strict about our timelines. We don't want to extend. But if there are any pertinent questions, we will take the pertinent questions and we will close the webinar in the next 15 minutes. All right. So let me quickly take your questions. Please put your pertinent questions that you really want us to address, and they should be regarding the program, and they should be regarding if you're really interested. Now, I do not know anonymous at any one age. Okay, I have done BCom, MBA in marketing, international business, have 6 years of experience. I'm from non-IT background. Okay, I do not know. Can you just type your name in the chat? Whose question is this? Jayanth. Okay, Sapnil. Okay, I think, okay, let me answer this question. So I don't know, you have attended this webinar, right, so far, and I'm assuming that you have attended and you understood the what, why, and how. You've understood the background does not matter. If you're really interested, if you understood the gravity of AI, and if you understood that it is holding the endless opportunities right now for the future, that means you're already inclined towards it. Now, what matters is, can you do this, right? Can you do this? Is that what is the question that you probably are asking? Now, to answer this, let me put it this way. You have asked, let me ask you, if you get all the necessary ammunition to help you learn the dynamics, the details of data science, of programming, of coding, of machine learning algorithms in a layman way, at a foundational concepts, will you be able to dedicate 3 to 4 hours per week to be able to learn and implement it? What's your answer to that? Anybody who is thinking, can I do this? I'm from a non-coding background. See, first tick mark is, if you're here with me so far, that means you have a lot of inclination towards it, towards the industry, right? Towards the industry. So that's a tick mark number 1. Next question that you need to ask yourself, that if you get the right kind of support from the foundational level, from the very basic level, from somebody who does not have a coding background, if we give you all of that, if we give you that kind of foundational level support and mentoring and structures and activities and assessments and everything, if you give all the ammunition, if the tribe is also there, if you have a lot of people who are very much like you, who are from a similar background, will that help you? Swapnil, will that help you? Right? So if the answer is yes, then you got the answer. So first question is, do you have the passion for this industry and you really, really want to get into this industry? If the answer is yes, now, and the second thing is, if you get all the necessary ammunition, because can you do this? Because as I showed to you in the community, let me show you once again. Let me show you what does the community consist of. Okay, look at the community background. We have community, very diverse backgrounds. So if you see, our community members are from both coding, both non-coding, both IT, non-IT backgrounds, and all of them are moving to the same purpose, which is getting into the field of AI. And what kind of opportunities do they get? They get freelancing opportunities, they get startup opportunities, they create patents, they move up the corporate ladder, they get Fortune 500 kind of opportunities. So depending on their own personal strengths and skills, they go to different channels, but all of them are working in the field of AI. All of them are upskilling in the field of AI. So if you get that kind of tribe, this is for you, right? So I think you got the answer. Jahayag, it's okay. If you can't afford it, that's completely okay. When you can come back. All right. Okay. Because it's important for you, because right now the kind of investment that we have for this program is a really, really special offer. We don't do this offer, but we're doing it just a part of our experiment. Our actual fee is 2,20,000, but and it's investment that people make, right? If you will make that investment. And we will also have EMI options. If some people want to avail an EMI options, we do have that as well. So I'll share with you an EMI option as well. Let me just share that with you in the chat. If yeah, 1 second, AI one silver membership. Okay. So Jahayag, if we okay. So this is another. So EMI option is there. I have shared the link with you in the chat. Okay, I'm going to take the question. Vamsi Krishna, I have made the payment. Can I start the course in 5 months? Yes, absolutely, Vamsi. No problem. Vamsi, if you are in, can you also email about this so that we can personally guide you about this? If you're in, Vamsi, I think you're already in. If you're already in, just email us and we will personally guide you on this, how you can get started on this journey. All right. Shubham. Shubham, you said answer my question, but I'm looking at your query. Shubham, what is your graduation? Because we have people who are BCA, BTech, BSc, BCom, right? Ravi S, are you still here? Ravi, we got various options to pay. Okay. If you're facing any technical issue, you can get back to us and we'll give you different options to get it. All right. Sunitha, it's called AI Silver Community. Okay, let me just open the link. All right, I'm just answering your, keep putting your questions, guys, in the Q&A. Yeah, Jayanth, I have shared the link with you personally. Jayanth, please go ahead. Okay, if I'm not pronouncing your names right, please excuse me for that. All right, I may not be well versed with the pronunciation there. Okay, I'm going to take some questions here. I have some FAQs. How many of you would want me to answer this? How long does this take to complete this program? Type yes if you want me to answer this question. Type yes if you want me to answer this question. How long does this take to complete this program? Okay, awesome. I'll answer. Okay, so how long does this take to complete the program? Now, this is a very interesting question, or people are also asking, is the duration of the program enough for me to get lucrative opportunities? A brilliant question to ask. Okay, the students inside the community, AI community, complete the program anywhere between 3 to 6 months. Okay, so 3 to 6 months is a good enough time for them to upskill in artificial intelligence, and this particular community, this particular program is called AI Silver Community. It offers a 1 whole year subscription, right? So that means you just not upskill, you just don't upskill and learn and understand and get excellent AI, proficient in tech and proficient in AI. You also get mentoring. You also get regular mentoring. You also collaborate with other AI professionals, right? So 1 year membership is long enough for you to help you land Fortune 500 kind of opportunities and also build startups. Okay. I hope I answered this question. So you're getting 1 whole year of membership in this fees. Okay. Next question, can I start my own venture? How many of you want me to answer that? Okay, short answer, yes. We have a lot of people who have started their own venture. In fact, we have a startup mastery bonus for that. We have tied up with venture capitalists, and you discuss your startup ideas and you personally get introduced to so many startups and opportunities. You become a part of the startup network. And we have people who have created patents and built startups. So of course you can. I'm going to be 50 plus. Will this help me? How many of you want me to answer this? Type. Let's paraphrase this question. I'm 45 to 55. Will this help me? How many of you want me to answer this? Say yes. Athar needs to be replied to. Athar is facing some issue with the payment. Okay. Okay, now artificial okay, I'm going to be 45 to 55, I'm 45 to 55 years of age. Will this help me? Okay, AI jobs are really hot right now, and the demand is only expected to increase beyond leaps and bounds in the years to come, because like we discussed in the webinar so far, it is everything is automated, right? 97 million jobs are all around AI and Web 3.0. So if you want to ride the Web 3.0, if you want to stay relevant, and if you also want to make significant amounts of income, you should not miss upskilling in this field. And age does not matter. Some of the change makers, some of the experts, some of the C-level positions, M-level positions are all 45 to 55-year-old, because companies want people with the gray hair, right? They want the experience along with people who can upskill fast and adapt fast, like we discussed in the beginning. Adaptive quotient is what everybody's looking at. Like, have the experience and be quickly adapting new things, because everything is all about quick change, right? Everything is about really change in real time. It is changing as we speak. So make hay while the sun shines. Okay. Do I need to be good in coding? No, you don't need to be good in coding. Short answer. If you are passionate about this field, if you can be patient with yourself, if you can learn coding, then you should be in, because we teach coding from scratch. We teach coding from the foundational level, and it's fun to learn. And people inside the community, there's so many people inside the community who are from non-coding background. They have aced coding, they have learned it, and they have excelled in, and they have got lucrative jobs. So you don't need to be good in coding. If you can learn coding, then you should be in, right? You should be like, okay, I don't know coding, but can I get a job? I will not do coding. It should not be like that, but you should be open to learning it. And we teach it in a way that from people who are from non-coding background can learn it fast. Okay, so, all right, time is up, guys. I'm receiving a lot of issues about payment requests, a lot of questions about payments. Okay, I am going to be extending a timer for just a little bit. It says 20, but I'm going to extend the time for just a little bit, guys. Shop say EMI link is not working. Okay. Okay, we're going to talk about issues, payment related issues, whatever issues are you facing. I'm going to talk about what other solutions do you have. You got different kinds of options to enroll. You got Razorpay, InstaMojo, but you can't pay tomorrow. You have to pay inside the next 10 minutes itself. No, that's not possible, Ravi Kanji. We will not have this offer. Okay. We will not be able to help you on this. Sorry. So as I said, this offer is only for this webinar. In fact, we have some people who have shown up in last time's webinar and they saw the fees is changed. So we're really strict about what we say. When we say the fees is changed, and fees keeps changing, it is not the same, right? Okay. So when we say it's an offer, it's actually an offer. Vamsi Krishna, you are in. Absolutely, you can leave and please enjoy the session. Start accessing this program. Go to the LMS, start accessing. Let me just show you. Let me just quickly show you how you can access it, and then you can absolutely leave. So people who are inside, they can really leave and start enjoying the program, start working on the program, okay, and enjoy the community, and you can start working on a lot of things. So let me quickly show you how does the program look like. Let me quickly answer this question that's coming again. Can I enroll later? Can I enroll tomorrow, or can I enroll later? How many of you want me to answer this question? Can I enroll later? Sorry. Okay, can I enroll later? How many of you want me to answer that? Type yes. Okay. again, for the last time, you can enroll later, but the actual prices, you can see the actual price is 2,20,000, and you will not be able to enroll the current offer, the current brilliant offer. The last month's fee was 39,000, right? And you might be paying 39, you might end up paying 39,000, if not 2,20,000, but the current offer is for 29,900. This is our today's webinar special, right? It's part of our beta testing experiment, but we are able to extend this amazing offers on this webinar because it saves us the time cost that we would have otherwise incurred by having a one-on-one call with each one of you. There are about 400 people in this webinar. We would have been having a one-on-one call with each one of you, and a consulting session with Jay cost about 20,000 rupees. So here, when we address your queries right in the webinar and able to cater to about 400 people in a go, we are able to give you that benefit of price because we get to save on the time cost. All right. So this offer, that's why is a limited time offer. All right. Let me just quickly welcome a few people who are in. Okay. We got Hiten Malhotra. We received your payment via Razorpay. Looking forward to serving you, supporting you. Ashok, we received your payment via Stripe. Looking forward to serving and supporting you. Guys, we will, I'm very serious about the time. We will have to close this webinar soon. Be mindful of the time because once the webinar is closed, we will not have this offer. So right now, I have about 16 minutes left before we close the webinar. I'm going to take your questions really quickly. I'm going to take your questions really quickly now. Sujit. Good question. So Jeez is saying, what about the placement support? Okay. Sujit, 1 second. Yeah. So as we discussed that we have these mentoring session about job opportunities, right? We have mentoring sessions. We have weekly community sessions for job opportunities. We have for startup opportunities, for freelancing opportunities, how you can pull up your CV score, how you can get more opportunities, how you can pull up your the resume visibility, how you can do inbound approaches. I showed you how we get offers via LinkedIn. I also talked about outbound offers and inbound offers. Outbound offers are when you go out of the way and approach your dream companies or dream employers. Inbound offers is you make your visibility so strong that you start receiving offers, like I showed you in case of Jay, right? That you can start making your LinkedIn very powerful, all of these activities. So when you get the interview and job mastery, you get equipped with all of these things to be able to get amazing placements. Okay, the bonuses that we have here called job mastery, interview mastery, and startup mastery, they help you get all these offers, all these improve the placement, improve your job offers in about 4 to 5 months. Once you've done upskilling, you do that and you are up for growth. Apart from that, you also get mentoring by Jay on a one-on-one level on the weekly calls. So that will really help. So in a way, yes, you have a lot of placement support. You have, because the whole community is all about helping you. The community is not just for learning. There's no point in just learning and doing nothing about it. It's not just a course, right? It's a community. So when you're inside the community, the idea is to help you grow, go from A to Z, not to just stay there on A or B level. We want you to go from A to Z. So you will be helped in all the different aspects to help you get exponential growth, right? I think I answered your question, Sujit. Yeah. Okay, great, Sujit. So I see you inside the community. And let me take any more questions about program. Everybody who is in already, they can leave the program and they can leave this workshop because we are only talking about question answers. Once you are done, you can start accessing the LMS and start accessing the LMS, and then you start working on the programs. Now, somebody is asking, after making the payments, yes, enrollment is confirmed, and then you got a small form which asks you a question, and basis of your answers, you will be given access to the community. Okay. Do not know what's your name. You're asking about the enrollment is confirmed. Enrollment is definitely confirmed, and the access is given to you once you fill the form regarding the community, because our community is a very special thing that we have. Okay. So there's a small form which asks you, what do you bring to the, what values, what strengths do you bring to the table? Because we are very passionate about our community. We want collective growth of the community. Abhijit, does one has to be good in maths for AI? Okay. Let me answer the question and dismiss them as well. Okay. Amit, I'm not sure experience letter. We're not offering a job, so why would you get experience? You will get a certificate for sure, Amit, once you do the program and everything. Once you complete the program, and you will get offers and you get everything. So can you elaborate your question? What do you mean by experience letter? What if Fortune companies ask for experience letter? Okay, great question, Amit. Now I understood. What if Fortune 500 companies ask for experience letter? Okay, great, Amit. So Amit Patil is asking, what about the experience letter the companies ask, because I'm getting into AI. So Amit, all our community members, people who are getting into AI, let me again show you the, see, look at these. This is a community members profile. So all the people who are 500 plus people who are in the community, all of them are from non-AI background, right? They all have come to get into AI, and they all are seeking to get Fortune 500 or MAN companies, and all. A lot of them have already got. I showed you the testimonials of people who have got into Fortune 500 companies. So let me just show you. Okay, let's look at the case of Lavanya Davul. Amit, so Lavanya is was from non-IT. She was from insurance background, very different background, right? She obviously had no experience, but she upskilled, and then she did live projects. She did internships, all of that, and she used those experience. She used those live projects and internships as her experiences, and then got those amazing offers of Fortune 500 or a job of $9,000 in Toronto. So once you upskill, once you do live projects, when you do internships, all of that get added into your experience, right? And we teach you how to incorporate that, how to showcase your resume. We give you, that's what interview mastery is all about. Remember the interview mastery bonus that here it is. Interview mastery is helping you create an exceptional CV that gives you a job score of above 80. It helps you in visibility. It helps you in highlighting your keywords, adding experiences, adding live projects, also improving your LinkedIn, also do outbound and inbound, get a lot of visibility on LinkedIn, right? So I think I answered your question, Amit. Let me know. Okay, guys, be mindful of the time once again. Shubham, pharmacy, yes, we do have pharma people in the community. In fact, we have doctors in the community. We have, guys, about eight and a half minutes left, and I will be closing the offer very soon because we have to close the webinar, and we have another session after this. We have an inner circle meet after this. So Shubham, can a B pharmacy in graduate do this? Shubham, if you're really keen about this industry and you want to do this, you get in, because we have people who are doctors, who are, you see, they're doctors who are changing fields of getting into AI, right? And we also have a lot of people who are from different kinds of background. We have got people who are BCom also. We've got people who are BCA, BSc. So the answer is, if you want to, you can definitely do that. Shubham, any more question for me? I'm going to dismiss your question because that's done. Amit, great answer. Thank you. Abhijit, short answer, yes, Abhijit Singh. Amit, EMI option, I'll just share with you the EMI options. I'll share the EMI options with Amit, 1 second. I'm just sharing the link with you once again, everybody, in the chat. Please check. Okay, I've shared the option of AI Silver membership pay in full. I've also shared with you the option to pay as EMI. Okay, you got both the options, but be mindful of the time, guys. We got about 6.5 minutes left, and we have to also move on to another session of ours, which is Inner Circle Meet after this. All right. Okay. I'm going to take a couple of more questions. I want this course EMI. Amit, I have shared the EMI option with you. Go ahead. Shubham? Yes, you can. We have already discussed this. Amit Patel, yes, there's a certification. Of course, once you've done the program completely, right, and you get Pixeltest certificate. And the deal is that you should be actually completing the program, not just get in the program and the course is sitting in your computer's archive. We don't want that. We want to get people. That's why we have a little bit of qualification process. So we want people who will actually complete the program and, you know, go from A to Z. So the moment you do that, you will definitely get the graduation, you'll get the certificate and everything. Shubham, I answered your question. Abhijit, yes. Swapnil's question is answered. Ravi is answered. 9 years experience in US mortgage industry as an investor reporting analyst. Okay. Are you still with us? Because your name says anonymous. Can you just share your name in the chat and tell me who is this? Somebody has mentioned, put a question. 9 years of experience in US mortgage industry as an investor. Let me know if you're still with me so that I can take your question. Okay, Shubhu, let me give you a quick tour of the inside the LMS. Okay, how many of you want a quick tour of inside the LMS? Type me so I can give you a quick tour of inside the LMS. Type me if you want a quick tour of inside the LMS. Okay. All right. So once you're inside the LMS, okay, this is what the course curriculum looks like. Second. So the moment you get the access, this is what the your LMS will look like. So you got module 1, orientation, you got introduction to Python programming, module 2. Let me just go quickly open and give you a glance. So the first orientation session is really, really powerful, really, really amazing. We encourage everybody who has gotten in, please start doing this. It's a good day. You will get a lot of motivation and you'll be set for growth. Okay, start with your orientation session. It's going to be really, really helpful and amazing, guys. And then you got introduction to Python programming. Then you have module 1, Python basics, Python programming concepts, like all of this. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick tour. Okay, then you have stats. Okay, I'm just opening the stats. Okay, this is what Shubhu wanted to know. So linear algebra, linear models, Kaggle challenge. Then you got applied modeling, Hall of Fame, interview mastery, inner circle walls. You got a startup mastery. right? In fact, we have, in case you miss the live sessions, the live meetups, we record it and it all goes here. So if you want to go back to any interview session, any inner circle session that you might have missed, or even the old ones, like for example, you're joining us now, but if you want to access all the inner circle community that has happened in the last 1 year, you will access it all here. All of it can be accessed inside this. Okay. So this is that. And let me, okay. Let me just welcome a few people. A lot of people are in already. I might not be able to say everybody's name. Let me just, because I'm also taking questions, but you will be getting a confirmation on chat. Okay. Let me also share a very interesting thing with you. A very, very interesting thing with you. Before I share, Vinayak Degangar, you're having issue with payment for EMI. Who can guide me? Okay, Vinayak. Can someone help Vinayak? Vinayak, all you have to do is just go to the link, okay, go to the EMI link, and then you put in the entire amount, and it will be automatically, you will also put the time frame. It's 9 months, 3 months, 6 months. You put the EMI duration, and it will automatically start processing your EMI. Okay, is that okay, Vinayak? Can you try that? All right. So, if there are no more, are there any more last? I can take one last question. Any last question? Yes, Zafar Saha, you will. Okay, Zafar Saha, I think I've already answered the question. The interview mastery and job mastery prepares you for all of that. You will get, I have shared the case of so many testimonials. People are flooded with offers. Let me just quickly show you what are people inside the community saying. So people who are currently in the community, let's see what are they saying. Okay, let me just take you through the responses there. So we got one prestigious member, Murthy, on the Trust Pilot review. He says, crisp course is great content. Writing this review after 2 weeks into the silver level. Crisp course content, clear outline, everything is neatly laid out, clear explanations given by Jayanth, who has years of experience in this field. There are many courses in the market, but I can see this has good coverage and weekly face-to-face sessions with Jayanth and good support as well. I'm expecting myself to complete the course and get my dream role. Be ready to get your hands dirty with a lot of assignments, coding, and consistent work. Jayanth also has a growing community. Come and join the party, he says. Ritvik Basu, he says, awesome meeting. The meetings held with Jay in his forum are so vibrant. A true IITian, he's a person with fine humor. His mentoring is enriching. I resonate with his ideas, his visions. More importantly, the weekly gathering with students with different experience background is awesome. I'm glad to be mentored by him in data science with Python. Vaibhav, he says, very few courses give the right emphasis on the mindset, setting of goals, of achieving what we want. Jay's way of starting of the course and setting the basics right has been the biggest difference in the course. So that's why I said people who have already enrolled, please start visiting the orientation session, because that's a game changer. You will be really set for growth. Okay. Then we have here Sandeep. He says, It was really nice having exposure to such profound interactive sessions through distinguished lecturers and trainers. They are patient through all our tiniest of doubts and take the time to clarify things over and over, really give the time to drill the concepts home. Absolutely love the recent sessions by Professor Anand Jairaman. So he's talking about the guest lectures. We also have guest lectures coming up because it's a weekly meetup live wherein we have guest lectures to give you more exposure to new technologies. We get new mentors also upcoming. So it's a very, very enriching community. Roshan Shankar, another prestigious member inside the community, he says quality redefined. It is a wonderful learning experience. After dabbling in a lot of MOCs, I have finally found the right course to enhance my learning in data analytics. The guest lectures and interaction is a great asset, adds value to the learning experience. Guys, all these professionals are people, all these people inside the community are professionals. They are working professionals, okay? So they are able to take out time because for these live sessions and self-paced programs. So, and that basically gives them a liberty to manage their upskilling according to their time rather than doing it the other way. So that's why this program is great, because it's self-paced as well as the weekly live mentoring and meetups with the community. Chetan, he's talking about the startup mastery session that he attended. He says, excellent session. I understand how venture capitalists think before investing. Why now? Why me? How is your idea uniquely positioned to solve a problem? Belief of the entrepreneur that the idea will be successful. Another interesting aspect, I got to know that the team risk is one of the issues of startups in the later stage. It opens your mind. When you have a passion to chase your dream, then it is possible to achieve anything in life. So he's talking about the experience after the startup mastery session that he had. All right. So Rishabh Rashid. Rishabh Rashid, are you in? If you're in, you must have received the login details on your email. All right, Vinayak Dengaukar, I think you're able to do the EMI now. That should be done. Okay. Okay. Now let me just take last question before I move to another part. Yes, Rishabh, please go on, do the needful, and you will receive it ASAP. Okay. Okay, Abhijit Singh, Amit Patil, Athar, Bhaskar, Muthu, D. Vijay Rahavan, Janu Basha. Do you have any question for me? Any last question that you want me to answer? Please let me know. Jyoti Prasadji, Padam Shri, Manava, Pragnesh, Anaghan, Raja Ram Gauda, Ram Babu. Do you have any last questions for me that you want me to address? Rishabh, congratulations. Okay, you're in. Amazing. We got Sagar Gaonkar, Saurabh Mahadalkar. Do you have any question for me? Any last question that you want me to answer? Sagar, Saurabh, Srijit KP, Srinivas, before we move on. Swapnil Chavan, Tilak Kumar, Vaibhav Dabas, Zafar Shah. Any question that you want me to answer? LinkedIn connections required, but not necessarily. Okay. Mentorship and doubt clearance both, right? Okay, all of you who have paid, who have enrolled, you can leave the workshop. Okay, you can leave this webinar because I'm only taking a few questions. You can absolutely leave the workshop and start, and please start with the orientation session. Use this time to start orientation session so that you move faster. You're ready for the next session. And it's a good day. Immediately after the workshop, immediately after you have enrolled, start with the orientation session. You have received the access in the LMS. Start with the first module that I showed you right now. Okay, let me welcome Reena George, Gandhar Bisht, Amal Muhammad. Awesome. Welcome to the AI community. Let me tell you guys have made the best decision of your life and you are going to skyrocket your career in AI this year itself. Okay. Now, quickly tell me how many of, there's some people who are still on the fence and probably thinking, okay, should I do this or not? They're still thinking, okay, how many of you are still thinking, can I do this? Because I see a lot of people are still here and thinking, can I do this? How many of you are like that? Say me. If you are still thinking, can I do this? Or should I get in? Type me and tell me what's holding you back. Maybe we can help you. I will give you honest answer if this is for you or not. And I'll tell you if it's not for you, I'll tell you no. And if it's for you, I'll encourage you. Okay, Padan Shri, quickly, can you please tell me what is holding you back? What's your question? Is it like, can I do this? Or does this program have this? What is it? What is holding you back? Quickly tell me your question. It can be either, okay, can I do this? Or either it can be, I'm looking for this, does this program have this? Or it can be, okay, the fees is too high. What is it out of 3? Put your question before I move on. Okay, now in this AI program, we've talked about machine learning and AI, complete AI program. Now, there will be some of you who are probably still new to this AI and may want to take small baby steps. You want to do a small micro commitments, right? So how many of you want to start with level 1? Say L1. Everybody type L1. If you want to start with L1, and you probably, because we have a bronze membership as well. Okay, we have a bronze membership, which is data science, which is not machine learning, but data science. Now, this is good for people who probably want to take small baby steps and who are at a current income level of below 10K and they are looking at a salary of 10 lakh CTC. So AI bronze membership prepares you for the data science kind of proficiency in data science. AI silver membership that we have been speaking about, which is 29,900, is all about machine learning deployment as well as data science, right? And AI bronze membership is centered around data science. Okay, so if you are somebody, and how to decide between bronze and silver membership. So if you're somebody who was still on the fence, who are thinking, can I do this? Or I want to take baby steps, I want to do small steps first. You can start with a bronze membership, which is low, which is, just 6,990. And it is focused on data science. So you take the baby steps. Once you are into bronze membership, once you feel confident, once you feel that you can do this, you can later upgrade yourself to silver membership within 2 weeks. Does that make sense? So we basically created this because we don't want you to miss out on this amazing opportunity, even if you're even slightly inclined towards AI, because ultimately we want people who can really excel, who have the propensity, who have the inclination towards this field. Okay. And that's why we don't want you to kind of hold back of any financial limitations. So we got EMI options. We also got the bronze membership option for people who want to take baby steps. Okay, one last question about anything related to bronze or AI membership. Manpreet Singh, are you still with me? Type yes if you're here, because I think I missed answering your question. Manpreet Singh, I still here, then say yes. Varun Mittal, are you still here? Varun Mittal, yeah, we have people who have from BSc, BTech, BCA. Yes. Okay, I'm looking at the questions. Padam Shri. Padam Shri, all the details are here in front of you. Okay. The offer is only for this webinar. We'll not have this outside the webinar. Padam Shri Manava. But you feel free to ask any question inside the webinar. Right now we're open to answering all the questions, any query that you may have right here, right now. Okay. Abhijit Singh. Okay. Abhijit Singh, one second. Let me get your question answered. Abhijit, short answer is yes. And but of course, it's learnable. You can do it inside the community. You just have to be patient with yourself. That's all. In fact, there are a couple of things, right? There are a couple of ways. If you are completely into development, you may need it, right? We'll start from the basics. We start from basics and we go all the way up. So if you have the positive attitude, and if you have, if you believe in yourself that you can learn it, if you're ready to put in the work, you can absolutely do it. Okay, let me share with you, Abhijit, that you can start with the bronze membership. You can also do EMIs. And Abhijit, did I answer your question? I think I've answered that question before also, which is better, non-coding background for AI or SD? Okay. So people who are contemplating on the AI bronze, okay, we have a beautiful thing that we created, which is the AI bronze membership can be also availed in 3 parts. Okay, what does 3 parts mean? That means you can avail it in 2,333 each month. So you can become a part of AI membership, AI bronze membership. I'll just share the link with you by paying 2,333 for 3 months. So that's something should be a no-brainer for you. And don't, if you're even if you're slightly interested so far, if you're here with me so far, that means you're really, really having an inclination towards AI. So do not miss this, guys. I would just encourage you to not miss this, because this is a great, great opportunity that we created. And this is for you to get no-brainer. Abhijit Singh. Abhijit Singh, you are in the membership already. Let me confirm that. Is that a question? Can we confirm Abhijit Singh's enrollment? Okay. All right. So let me just take any last questions. Any last minute questions? And then I'm just gonna keep the chat open for 1 more minute and play the videos of our members. People who have enrolled can actually leave the webinar, and let me welcome a few people. Let me just welcome a few people who are already in. Okay, we have a few people. Let me just welcome a few people who have already confirmed who are already confirmed their payments here. Harshit Agarwal, we received your payment via GPay. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you, Harshit. Satish Emmanuel, we received your payment via InstaMojo. Looking forward to serving you and supporting you, Satish. Ritvik Barua. Ritvik Barua. Okay. 1 second. Ritvik Barua, we received your payment by InstaMojo. Looking forward to serving and supporting you. Hiten Malhotra. Ashok, we received your payment via Stripe. Gopalan, we received your payment via PhonePe. Looking forward to serving and supporting you. Vineet Pahava, we received your payment via GPay. Looking forward to serving and supporting you. Vivek Kumar, we received your payment via InstaMojo. Athar Pathe, Bhavik Kachare. Okay, awesome. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations for taking the first step to be a part of this exclusive AI community. And all of you are going to skyrocket your career in AI this year itself. And this is amazing. Kudos to you, because you are an action taker, right? And this is really, really amazing. So that's what it matters. The only difference between people who make it and people who don't is the action. That's all that matters. So everybody who's an action taker here, big kudos to you. And please give a pat on your back. Really. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to play a few videos of our members who have made it to Hall of Fame, especially people who are from non-coding backgrounds who have made it to Hall of Fame, so that you get inspired. So I'm going to keep the chat for 1 more minute open, and because the time is up anyway, I'm going to keep the chat for 1 more minute. If anybody's having payment issue, you can just drop in, but we will close in the next 1 minute after the video gets over. So I'm going to play the video testimonial of our prestigious members who have made it to Hall of Fame. All right.
Hey guys, welcome to another Hall of Fame interview with Lavanya, who has a very unique and remarkable trajectory. She's currently a data scientist at Sampler in Toronto, Canada, arguably AI capital as well. What was the sacrifice? Like, when you play chess and you want to win, you have to sacrifice the bishop of the group for one day, right? What are the sacrifices you think? And how did you just commit to those long hours? Like, how did you do the grind?
I would say for 2 or 3 hours a day, every day after work to do that. There was no like evening Netflix, there was no evening going out with friends, none of it was there. It was just like work, go back, commit, do your thing. I would really like the other consequence for me was like I became even more like good at coding.
That's pretty interesting. How do you actually decide, the description of the job? Like, where you saying, hey, I'm going to take only a computer vision piece because I love convolutional network, and I'll definitely not take a text mining sort of opportunity or BI opportunity. How do you grow athletes maybe do that? Like, I want to play really basketball nowadays. Many people have this approach of, okay, I want a job, pays me whatever, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, or 30 lakhs, CTC. And, within those confines, I'm going to just want to get a job. So how do you do something? You seem to have a lot more narrow down.
So one was like I wanted to get into retail to be e-commerce. So I chose like retail e-commerce. And then I wanted to get into a role which would work with clients who are open to these solutions and benefits for clients. See, and the third part that I had like a little bit of a low expectation at that point. I was like, okay, I just like finished this course. I'm getting this there. So I don't have any experience to show for that. I've done like 20 models of my past or something.
Talk us a little bit about the job search and how you try to laser it.
So how do I like market myself in this field where there is abundant talent in terms of in terms of like education, in terms of like having familiarity with people and like culture over here. So that became key. But in order for me to do it, I had to like look around, see how the industry is, do a little bit of like market analysis. So I'm enjoying my life right now. It's good, it's fun, but certainly a very different industry. And I know that I was lucky enough to get into places where the work culture and the awesome. That like I just consider myself lucky.
Yeah, but I think kudos to your journey. So Lavanya, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you too. Talk to you soon.
Hey folks, welcome to Hall of Fame interview. We have a very special guest. It's Aditya Mani, extremely seasoned in terms of tech. He's seen it all from large companies, large corporates, to fast-growing startups, to like a career in financial services, and now he's working for Solitaire, which is arguably a hot, blazing startup. 2017, your perceived resistances, and actually, looking back in hindsight, which of them were true and which of them were not true. Yeah.
It was a holistic investment that I had to make. And there were those doubts around whether I will have sustenance power, will I be able to go through yes, can you imagine? Integration into the curriculum, knowing that you've got people from different backgrounds coming in and trying to do this. So it's not something where you were here with IIT coaching this boom, boom, let's go, let's get all this going. So it's not like that, but it was something that really built up over time. You realize that if you would not invested into those classes upfront, you would at some point start to fall back.
Machine learning AI or something else, what would you tell yourself? I mean, essentially, what would you tell fresher?
Yeah, I would strongly suggest you're a sponge really years of your career, right? Let's say the first 6 years. And be a sponge, absorb multiple things around you. But then get to a point and experiment with multiple things, right? Because you don't know what paths you will go behind. But once you do make that decision, once you do agree that you want to go and make an investment, very simple one. Don't do a partial investment in it, because then you're not really responsible or probably not so well.
So I mean, when I say breadth first, it's really like, are you going to go horizontal, maybe make your own company, etc., or you going to go depth first, continue to stick around in this, maybe pick up, I don't know, blockchain or quantum computing, etc. Where does your heart lean at this time?
So in the near future, there's no doubt that we've got our hands full. We've got a growing global company. There's lots to learn, lots to do. I'm very excited about what I'm doing right where I am today. Not everything is known, so that's what makes it very unnerving, but at the same time exciting, because you got to learn through it. So there is continuous learning every single day. Some technology, some not technology. Like a lot of it now it's about really how do you make something valuable, something meaningful, something that delivers value to an ecosystem, consumers, customers, etc. So I think that's where the impact of technology, impact of product, impact of all that really comes to play. That's where my part is in terms of figuring out really how we can drive that, and probably even so much so for our very existence, right, in terms of how things are going and stuff. So yeah, it's a really noble thing that you're doing. It's really great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. All right, everybody. I hope you got tons of value in today's webinar, right? I hope there are I don't think any more questions. There are any more questions. Just put the questions in the chat. And I hope you got tons of value in today's session and have a wonderful day ahead, right? Let me just see. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I think all of you, or most of you have already subscribed. Just subscribe because we share tons of great content, lots of free content related to AI, related to blockchain, and we share a lot of wisdom on how you can kickstart your journey and make it really, really lucrative and fulfilling for yourself. So stay tuned and let's keep connected on YouTube. All right, bye.